inevitably out like a light. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things.
Oh
So,
man. Dude, I made a mistake. I forgot to start the damn live stream. I had all this damn intro shit. I'm a schedule.
oh
Oh crap.
shit. Oh,
Okay, let me do this right,
oh,
guys. Sorry. S- Times I'm a moron, but I had to correct myself.
well, you could,
Ah,
you could do is go ahead and play the thing again. There you go.
hey, twice is the charm, mother truckers. Welcome to Apex After Dark. Hail, hail. I'm going to do unboxings as surprise guest, Horror Mike himself. Thank you for coming on here, Horror Mike.
Oh yeah, hey man, my pleasure. I'm right now. I'm just kind of spreading the word. I'm putting the link out in the various social medias on the internet. You know,
Good.
getting the word out, man. Good
Hell
lord.
yeah. Let's say
Oh wait a
hello to
second.
Shadowhawk Talks. Hail, Shadowhawk. And of course, Horror Mike was in here earlier. And more people, I'm sure, will gradually spread in here, hopefully. But I'll put the
Well,
alert
I
on.
just
Yeah.
yes, Apex. I just put the word out on Twitter, so we'll
Oh, I did.
probably be yeah, we'll probably get hit by like a few dozen SJWs trying to shut us down.
Why would they want to shut me down? What did I do to them? I don't have pink hair. I don't have thick ass freaking glasses like they do. I don't have a freaking scruffy beard. I'll go to Starbucks every day with their coffee
Exactly.
and their rumors and gossip. I don't do that crap. I make my own coffee. And there's sometimes I go to a coffee shop, a mom and pop owned coffee shop, help local businesses. So hail.
Yeah, I was just talking to my brother,
Good.
um, who's the only surviving person in my immediate family line.
What's his
Everybody else
name?
is dead.
What's his name? Horror Tom?
T- Almost. Damn close. It's Tim.
Oh damn, Horror
Yeah,
Tim.
seriously, you know.
Cool.
And he's hanging in Texas
Oh
currently.
nice.
He's a pro pianist. He plays
Really?
gigs at clubs and stuff, and he actually teaches people too. He does it, on the side. But we were just talking about
Damn.
like inflation and coffee, man. It's like
Oh yeah.
here's the thing. 2 years ago, about 2 years ago, for instance, I buy community coffee.
Yeah, it's good
Okay,
stuff.
it's good and it was relatively cheap. Now you could get a
Oh
2 pound bag, those big honking bags,
yeah.
back less than 2 years ago for about $11. Now they're
Oh yeah.
16.50.
Holy
They have
crap.
literally
That makes it, you know.
they have risen by 50%. So there you go.
Yeah. God, 50%. 1650?
16.50 from $11 within 2 years.
F that frickin' mother President Magoo.
Mr.
We're gonna
Potato Head.
cancel the Keystone Pipeline. We're gonna
Yeah.
cancel 25,000 high-paying jobs. They can go anywhere they want. They can
Uh,
like contract over to be, you know, doing other things they're not even trained for.
yeah,
What a
but at
dick.
least he hired the right guy for the nuclear waste department. that
Who's
that
who's
guy that
no?
freak that went around stealing people's luggage.
Oh,
and
really? That's
they
that
can't.
guy.
Yeah, they canned him. But unbelievably, I thought they would just let him keep going, but they canned him. So
Thank God. Good. There's some,
it's absolutely insane. It's like we're living in totally insane times. I
we
and
are.
people, some people are actually, publicly going nuts. Like it's
Hmm.
just really kind of weird. I have noticed this. Like, for instance, have you ever seen any Alex Stein videos? You know that guy? He's
I
a
know. I know.
comedian.
I know. Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about Alex Son 99 on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. That guy.
Yeah.
I think he's actually over the edge nuts. I mean,
He
if you
is.
just watch the Portnoy, the Barstool video,
Yeah,
this
I
thing.
saw that on the Jack show. I was watching a replay on that one. I was laughing my ass
Yes,
off.
I,
Yeah,
but
Cecil was there, and this fat 400-pound naked guy.
I know. I'm just like,
It's
what?
nuts. You guys got to
What?
see it if you haven't already. Go to Alex Stein 99 or check out the recent Jack show for the coverage. I was
Yes.
laughing my ass off.
I was just like, okay, this guy's pushing. He's not only pushing the envelope, he's taken the envelope and ripped it in half, and then he
Yeah.
continues to stomp on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right?
Well, I
So,
see
yeah.
Vincent is in the house.
Vincent.
Shadowhawk is with
Yeah,
us.
Vincent's. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, guys. So, yeah, you guys could come on if you want. I can only allow 6 people, but there won't be anyone in the audience.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, I could summon forth my three personalities, and then we
Yeah,
could have we
you,
could have four people.
you could do that. First, I'm going to
Yeah.
actually, I'm going to say hello, of course, to Shaq. Oh, kicking? Oh, no. What's this? Yeah, we could have you on the panel. It's fine. I can have up to like 6 people. So I'm cheap that way. Sorry.
I'm drinking my Natty Daddy right here.
Natty Daddy, let's take a look at that thing.
Eight
Holy,
percent, 8% alcohol, folks, right here.
what?
That
How many
is what
ounces?
if you're gonna drink a beer, why go with less alcohol?
Yeah,
Go for
right?
the gusto. Drink a Natty Daddy. Now there you go. That's my commercial. That's my advertisement. It's too bad that we're not sponsored by Natty Daddy. I think
Who
that's
knows? Maybe soon.
yeah. They may see this and go, "Hey, these guys are a gold mine." You know?
Yeah. Why aren't they watching?
But more so, they'll probably be like, "Well, it's more like a coal
Right.
mine." But
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start off some unboxings, overdue unboxings, real quick. So,
groovy.
if you guys want to check it out, I'm gonna open this one. Why am I echoing?
No, you're not.
Okay, good. Someone is, but I don't know.
Oh,
think
well, I don't have anything on.
Oh, you don't? You have your headphones?
Yeah, I've got my headphones. Typically, I've got a fan on, but that's about it.
Oh, I don't know if that's anything.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That
Maybe it's the ghost of StreamYard haunting us.
probably.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Damn.
okay now. Oh no,
Damn
it's not.
ghost. Parrot Head is in the house. Also, citizen
Parrot
of the
Head.
universe.
Let's see these guys. Hail, citizen of the universe. Hail, Parrot Head. I know I'm weird. That's why you guys like me. Good to see everybody. Okay, this is the first one that came in. This is from Paul Southworth of Lewiston, Maine. I think I won an auction on this. I can't remember what the hell I did, but it was like a few months back, and finally opening it.
Well,
So
just check to make sure it's not ticking.
Oh shit! Oh god! No.
That's all.
Oh, it's not ticking. Oh, you guys might like these. It's some old. It's Master and Kung Fu. Mike
Oh,
Zeck's
nice.
artwork. These
There
are
we
hard to
go.
find now. I got this for cheap. Number 82. There's no
Groovy,
backboards on it. That's okay because you want less weight when you send stuff, but that's okay. It's classic X-Men 27 where they fought Alpha Flight. This is a revised cover. I think.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I forgot who the artist was. No, it's not Art Adams. Terry Austin inked it. If you guys can recognize who did this cover, please put it in the comments below or in the chat for live replay. All right. Oh, this finally came in. X-Men 92. This is Red Raven from World War II. This is a reprint from that comic. It's in a nice S-Take bag.
You mean so the 1942 reprint is inside?
No, actually, this is a character from 1942. They battled the X-Men.
Oh, and so they put him in a new story. Is what
yeah, put him in a new story as of what, 1967?
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, that new. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we could do that.
That's cool.
So those are nice 3 books.
All right.
All right.
Hello, citizen of the universe.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's say hello. Let's see. Yep. Good to see you again, Shahawk. Yep. And good goes to StreamYard Pass. Hey, Horror Mike. All right, let's get to the second one. These are a couple of Comicscape packages. You guys may be excited.
All right.
For that.
Watch out, Comicsgate.
Look out, Comicsgate. This is from Deborah Tucci. Gee, I wonder what
Comicsgate.
She's from.
Hi, Graham Nolan.
Hey, what?
there was
Graham Nolan actually watches my. Wow,
there was a running joke about Graham Nolan. It's pretty funny. Everybody, like people say, "Hi, Graham Nolan," when he comes.
Hi, Graham Nolan.
When he comes onto a stream.
Yeah, right. He shows up. He probably shows up anywhere. Oh, this is cool. Oh yeah, I got the She Sakura. This is the hardbound. I got the hardbound one.
Oh, there it is. Oh, Billy Tucci.
Billy Tucci, baby. She all the way.
Man, have you ever seen that guy's house?
No, I'm sure it's nice.
Oh my God. It is like a beautiful, immaculate Victorian house
He
in
lives
New York. That guy, and of course his wife is actually pretty hot.
Yeah, well, she was a model.
Well, right, exactly.
I also got the I got the Z Dorm of the Dead. That's like an ashcan or whatever. It's like a floppy ashcan edition. Well, ashcans should be smaller.
Dorm of the Dead.
Dorm of the Dead. Yeah, and I got a print. Plus,
nice.
Some stickers and a bookmark.
So this is all from Tucci.
Yeah, Billy Tucci. Thanks, Billy Tucci and Deborah Tucci.
Yeah,
Thank
you guys
so
rock,
much,
man.
So if you guys could share this live stream and send it to Billy Tucci, that'd be really cool. Maybe he'll come on. Maybe
Billy,
not.
come on, let's channel those energies, folks.
Channel the energy, bring the she on, Billy.
Yes.
We love she, Billy. Come on. You know you love she. We love she. We all love she.
Yes.
Come on, Billy.
It is pretty amazing art. That guy.
I love his art. It's so good.
Oh, he's quite good.
God. If I can only draw like him. I'm only draw like me, so there you go. That's going to come later. You guys will be surprised what I'm going to show off later after the unboxings. The third and last one's from Nine Lives Comics. Our
Nine Lives. Uh-oh.
Nine Lives Comics.
I'm getting
whose company that is, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
The cat daddy himself, Shane Davis.
Yep. Oh yes.
So what cat?
That can only be the
Mama Lynn sent me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure
she packaged it.
Yeah, they both did actually. They worked together on this.
Yeah, I think her mom did.
Yeah.
Too.
So I think their mom may have packaged it.
She may have
for me. Thanks, Mom. Mama Cat Kitty. Yancy Lynn's mom. Mommy Cat. This is packaged by Mommy Cat.
Nice.
Holy crap. There's a lot of stuff in here. I did order a bunch of stuff. Like last year, I think when it came out. So, well, we got some goodies, guys. This is, guys got cards, magnets. Wow. All right.
Oh yeah,
It's a
there
lot.
isn't there a. Did you get the lenticular card?
Oh yeah. Hail,
Hey,
Vincent.
Vincent,
Hey
Yeah,
guys.
sorry.
how's it
Middle
going,
of
man? Good to meet you.
unboxings.
Yeah,
Yes.
you were a little behind there on the mark, man.
I
was like-
know.
I was like, I'm just sitting
Distracted.
here twiddling my thumbs. What's up, Power Mike? How you doing, man?
Is he going to bust
Um,
me in?
Doing all right.
When? God, when?
Hey, I was
All
gonna
right.
say, man, you're drinking that beer that's 8%, right?
It's 8%.
So
Yeah.
so back in my drinking days, back in the Marine, the young Marine days,
Yeah, man.
we drank Still Reserve, dude.
Steel
And-
Reserve.
And we
Oh,
we had a saying, all right. We had a saying, eventually we're just gonna wind up. Someone's gonna find us dead in a gutter, holding half a drink bottle of a 40 of Still Reserve. Because that shit, man, like when you drank it, it felt like it was gonna kill you, dude. And it tasted horrible. But
Yes.
if you slammed 140, dude, if you could slam 140 in like 4 minutes, you were gone. I mean,
That's
like,
all it takes.
yeah, dude,
Believe
you
it.
were so fucking destroyed. Wasn't it
Right.
like
Well,
13%? I think it was 13%, wasn't it?
Something 11 or 13%.
11 or 13, depending on what state you were in.
Pretty
Yeah.
high.
Yeah,
pretty high.
for a malt or malt beer. But
Oh, look at
Apex, man,
that.
how you doing, man?
Oh, Pterodactyl. That's her kid, Pterodactyl Davis. This is based on her kid. There you go.
Hmm.
There's the 59 Lives comics. Lila, it's a magnet, guys. Put it on your fridge.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. I'm
There
not
you
a
went.
potato. I'm a real boy.
Okay.
Ah, damn it.
Is that the Biden sticker?
No,
Oh,
it's
God.
a potato. If you watch
I'm of course totally making a joke there.
No,
No.
yeah, he's saying that Biden is a potato.
It's a
Apex.
potato.
Can you follow, man?
Bloody potato.
potato. Can you follow?
Can you
And this is
follow?
the
dude?
Inglorious Rex magnet.
Oh, cool.
It's a nice lenticular card. It changes. Look at that shit.
There it is. There's the card.
So-
Check that out.
So Apex,
Oh, yeah.
give me some background on this, man. So did you order this, or did someone just send
Yeah.
it to you, or?
No. I ordered it through Indiegogo. I was supporting a campaign.
A
Shane
backer.
Davis,
Okay.
and I backed it. And I got a
And
bunch
it's
of cards.
what's the name of the comic book?
Unglorious Rex.
Unglorious Rex, right?
Okay.
That's
Yeah. Here's Sumo Shane. If you guys
Sumo
watch
Shen.
his channel, I think Shellhawk will know who we're talking about. Shane Davis, in case you didn't know. Rebecca from what's that? From that cat book,
Sunnybrook Farm.
Starlight Cats. That's from Starlight Cats.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Anatomic.
familiar. I'm not ashamed to say
Yeah.
that. I'm not
So
ashamed.
that's
to say
fine. Yeah, not everyone watches it. Anatomic.
There's
She's hot.
oh, look, it's
that.
Anna.
I'm
comic.
interested in her personality only.
Yes.
Only
Yeah.
her personality. That's it.
That's it. Just her personality. I love her
She's
personality.
got a lot of
Yeah, her
she's got
personality is
like-
great, dude.
apparently
like
a triple
main
D
character.
personality.
Yeah, triple
Triple-
D personality.
I love
with,
her triple D
with-
personality.
Dude, did
I
you
can
did
get
you
along
guys
so
see?
fine.
Rex popped up that picture. That one looks cool, dude. Rex
That's cool.
popped up that picture of the lifelike Teletubby. Did you guys see that? It's like this-
Lifelike.
yeah, it's like a lifelike. They got a face now with expressions and shit. And I swear to God, maybe it was the angle of the picture, but it's nipping.
How about that personality,
Dude,
huh?
that is the greatest personality I've ever seen in
Yes.
a comic
Too.
book.
Slap
All
it.
right.
Slap it
Yeah,
like you
I
know
mean,
it.
like I
Bang.
just slapped that personality because that
Love
personality
slap.
needs to be respected. Okay, it needs
Damn
to
right.
be respected.
I got
No,
3 of these.
What is that?
My God. Okay, you got triple the ass.
I'm a perv. I'm a triple perv. Look at this.
Uh,
It's
what is
Inglorious
it?
Rex.
What's the? That's
It's
Inglorious Rex.
martial- yeah, it's
That
Inglorious
is
Rex.
Glorious Rex.
It's
yeah.
monster martial arts.
Okay.
martial
all
Yeah,
right.
arts.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it because of the character.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah.
Here's the main
The
cover right
absorbing
here.
characters.
And I liked Psylocke because she was the greatest character in X-Men. Yeah.
Oh, I do too. Yeah.
Yeah. yeah.
Here's the supplemental for the Inglorious Rex is a backup story.
Who writes Inglorious Rex?
Shane Davis writes and illustrates it. His wife inks it, and they have a
Okay.
colorist. So
All right,
there
cool.
you go.
All right.
Inglorious Rex, everybody. Inglorious Rex 2. I believe it's on Indiegogo if you guys can check it out. So this is the first campaign. Inglorious 2, if you guys mods want to go ahead and put the link up for that, that'd be cool. So there you go. There's my unboxings. Hooray.
Well done, sir.
Thank you. Very happy.
I'm
Gosh,
looking
shit.
all scrubbish. I was like sitting over there like half naked when you started. I'm like, you know what? I should probably put on a shirt. I was
That
like,
would
'cause
be-
I mean,
yeah.
it's only 11 o'clock here, and you always do the late shows, Apex, every time.
Well, it's not my usual hour now.
Yeah, this is actually earlier.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is early. He's on at like midnight or 1, and it's like
1 a.m., man.
Yeah.
And I just can't. I'm usually conked out by 1
Yeah.
a.m.
I'm
All the
usually in
drugs
bed at
are
like
my show.
9:30, dude. Like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm out, dude. Like, yeah.
How many
So,
drugs can I get on the live stream tonight? Oh, it's only 1 a.m. Yeah.
Dude, I'm up at 4:30 every day, dude. So it's like, you know, I'm not gonna be up till 1 o'clock for Apex's show. Just kidding, Apex.
Sure you will.
dude.
See what's up
Before
in the chat.
before
I accidentally
before I forget,
attacked the
What?
message.
before I
Hey, guys,
forget,
Yeah.
I was gonna tell you, Alex Stein. You guys were talking about Alex Stein earlier.
Yeah.
Alex Stein, yeah.
To answer your question, yes, he is a little bit off of his rocker, but I've been following him ever since his debut on Elijah's channel. Before Elijah went all weird and perverted, whatever he did.
Oh yeah.
But no, okay. Alex Stein got his fame because of this. Remember whenever the virus of unknown origin first came out, and they were passing all of the ridiculous ordinances all over the state of Texas,
Yeah.
and like every
Yeah.
county had like something different, right? Well,
Right.
in I believe it was the Maverick Stadium. They were doing like the city hall meeting, and he went in there and embarrassed the entire city hall. I mean, like he made up this like 90-second rap that just made them look like total dumbasses. I mean, the entire freaking like panel just shut up and stopped talking and couldn't say anything. And then about a month later, they dropped all the mandates. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Okay.
Right.
But Alex Stein went up there and made them look like total morons.
Yeah, he
Okay.
does he does a ton of
I
those
love
city
that.
halls.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
because one of the biggest things that we had here that was ridiculous was we had to put a mask on when going at this, and he did this in his rap. We had to put a mask on to go inside of a restaurant. But once we sat down, the virus of unknown origin magically disappeared, and we could take off our masks.
Yeah.
But we had to wear them from the moment that we walked in to sit down at the table. Dude, so he did this whole skit about that one thing and made them all look like fucking idiots. Okay,
Right.
so then about a month later it dropped, and then what he does now is he just travels all over. Alex Stein, if you ever see this dude, keep it up, man. He travels
Keep it
all over. Remember what he did to AOC? He was like, "That's my favorite big booty Latina."
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Have you seen the song, the video?
I haven't seen the video.
That's
but
funny.
Oh, the video.
Really good.
It's just freaking
I like the
awesome.
memes.
Hey, Eric Board.
Hey Eric, what's up, man? I like the memes of her
Eric,
doing the thumbs
hello.
up and then realizing that he was making fun of her. Those are my favorite memes where she's like, you know, because she's a whole actress, right? You know, the whole bit. with
Right.
AOC, she's
a
an
complete
actress.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yes,
so when it first happened, she thought there was like this, you know, moderately attractive, tall white dude saying she had a nice booty. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Then she realized who he was because her bodyguard straight up told her that's the crazy fucker from Texas. So then she has them do this live feed within like 15 minutes of him doing his live video because she doesn't realize that the whole thing was videotaped. So she's
Yeah.
like, this man assaulted me, and I understand now why the people from January 6th feel so threatened. It was just
Oh,
And
Yeah,
she was like, and oh my God, he said I had like a big juicy booty.
yeah,
And,
Booty.
and he never said that. He
never
actually
said
never
juicy.
said
He never
juicy.
said juicy.
she
yeah,
wanted him to say that. Though.
But
She
exactly,
wanted-
she was definitely fantasizing
Oh,
That's
wait,
right.
right there.
My
Right on the spot.
my favorite thing, if you ever get a chance to exactly know what AOC is and what she demonstrates and how people like find her alluring, She has like a 27-minute video of her getting drunk on wine while trying to put together a 3-legged rounded table. It is quite possibly the greatest 27 minutes of YouTube I've ever seen. Because, dude, I don't believe she's really that stupid, okay? But she's like, trying to figure out how L brackets become 7s and shit. Like, it's like that. Okay,
Does
like
she have a
I mean,
YouTube channel or what?
I think she just uploaded it, or maybe it was TikTok. I don't know, but it was great, man. She's just like sitting there like in yoga pants, drinking wine, like trying to put together this table, and she's a fucking moron. So I mean, like, all she's doing the whole time is just like, oh my god, well, totally, and look at my butt in my yoga pants. Oh, I need some more wine.
I mean, that's the whole thing. She's got a big, juicy Latina booty.
That's
That's it,
man. Show that off in those yoga pants.
And she said, and Alex Stein knows it, and he's right up in there, man. He's doing it. He loves that booty.
He told I don't know if he ever told Elijah Schaefer this, but he did tell this to Tim Pool. He said, look, and I mean, a lot of us Texans have been doing this, and Citizen, you're right, man. We're crazy over here in Texas, but
yes,
a lot of people in Texas have been saying exactly what Alex Stein is saying. Look, if we're going to be racist and sexist and homophobes and part of rape culture and everything, just because we're simply existing and we haven't done anything wrong, then why don't we just fucking make fun of them the same way they're making fun of us? I mean, look, if I go into a store and there's a chick not wearing a fucking pair of underwear and she's wearing yoga pants and she's got a camel toe the size of Canada, I'm going to give her a rating because obviously she wants me to pay attention to her camel toe. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I mean, if we're going to live in clown world, I'm going to be a fucking clown, man. I mean, why the fuck not?
And it is indeed clown world.
Yeah, and that's all he's doing.
I mean, it's absolutely insane. Like, for instance, things just aren't adding up, especially lately. Like, I got to say just a couple of things. Like, the new Trump thing when he came out with this NFT deal, and he sold like 45,000 NFT images in 24 hours. For $100 each. That's $4.5 million in 24 hours. And I'm like, and people are like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
He's making $4.5 million.
I know, exactly. I mean, right. But it does not do much for anything else because the guy was like, well, I'm going to have a really important announcement to make. And that was his announcement. And I'm like, okay, things are like off kilter. Things are like getting off for instance, what was Alex Stein's real reason for going into Barstool Sports and being an ass? I'm not really quite sure why. I don't follow that. Do you guys know?
Okay, if you guys haven't watched the Jack show, this recent one, it's on Anna at Star Wars Girl channel. She hosted it. So what I understood was Alex Stein had the permission to go in through the secretary of that building, right? Yeah. So that's how they came inside. But it had Cecil in the back and this other guy, the 400-pound black guy, whoever, I don't know what his name was. At first, the black guy had a shirt on. He had a plaid shirt on. But we came in the building. He came into the lobby, right? And but he was like, he's almost nude except for his pants. He's showing a bit of his butt crack. But this guy was like, 400 pounds of blob fat or whatever, and this one of the little manlet security guys tried to wrestle him to the ground for some reason. This guy was almost next to and he had this manlet guy, scruffy looking manlet guy trying to tackle him down. It was hilarious. Alex was like filming it from
this video. Yeah, I haven't seen this.
You gotta see it.
It would be funny if this was like if they were doing this in some kind of a left-wing establishment, but Barstool Sports is not left-wing. So it's just kind of like you're going in to like antagonize people that are on our side. I don't get that. I'm not really quite getting
I think his whole purpose, and this is just my brain, okay? I'm not saying this is right, all right? Do not take my financial advice. But I do believe that his whole purpose in life right now is simply to make fun of people that are hypocrites. Because if you watch his stick, and I love comedy, I've been studying comedy since I was a kid. If you watch his stick and his routine, Okay, if we weren't living in clown world and taking our stupid pills every day, I think he would just be making fun of people that were doing shit that was hypocritic. Okay, so that's probably what he was doing in there. Now I haven't seen the video. I'll do some
Oh.
research on it.
Okay, here we
But-
go. Eric and Boyd
Boom.
has the news. David Portnoy had invited Alex Stein onto his podcast. He's got the Barstool little guy, right?
Yes.
Then he had uninvited Stein after Portnoy saw Stein's AOC's Big Booty Latina video. So
That's
Stein decided
why.
I
See?
get it.
See?
I
He's a
understand. My
hypocrite.
mistake. My
Yeah,
mistake.
he's a hypocrite.
I did
dude.
not
I'm
realize
telling you.
that happened.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
That's
dude.
what
Well, then
happened. Thank you,
Portnoy
Eric and Boyd.
deserves it,
Yeah,
man.
thank you, Eric. I mean, yeah,
Thanks, Eric.
I think he was a lefty.
I think I saw the video of him going in and screaming at the rhino, the one where he was like holding up the phone and he's like, "Hey man, why did you do this? Why did you vote for
Oh
this?"
yeah. That was
Yeah.
the guy with the patch, eye patch.
Yeah. Because
McCain.
remember, until like he was totally against all this woke PC bullshit, and then all of a
Right.
sudden he fucking flipped.
Yes.
He flipped out. That guy's a former Navy SEAL, dude. He just
He
flipped out of
is.
nowhere, dude. And
Yeah.
and I was like, I remember watching him when he flipped, and I'm like, what dude were you fucking in the ass that they got pictures of? Because I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
'Cause
and
I
he's
mean,
a freaking neocon.
yeah,
He's a
dude, 'cause, like,
neocon like all of those other idiots, those rhinos.
Right.
Look at the piece of shit that apologized to China in fucking Mandarin. Okay, what is his name? The
John
actor.
Cena.
Dude,
John
dude,
Cena.
Okay, that dude's
Yeah.
worth like 50 mil. Okay, what the fuck do they have on that dude that made him suck China's dick on live television? I mean, what the fuck would make a
Big
dude
money
do that?
contract
Well,
in China.
Well,
No,
China.
No. I think he
could've
made
money
money too.
here. He can't get
Yeah.
money here. Okay, that means that
So-
they
they
have
have-
something. Okay,
They have some on it.
They have some. 'cause,
No.
okay, think of it.
Chinese
Think about it.
smokers at one
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I don't
Man,
know.
they have distribution in China.
Yeah,
That is what's
Yeah.
going on, man. All
Oh.
of these movies are being two things. They're either being co-funded by the Chinese,
Ooh.
or
Yeah.
they're also being distributed
Well, okay,
to
okay.
what? How many billion? 1.5 billion Chinese people. Holy crap!
No,
That's a lot.
no. I mean, okay, all right.
Yes.
By
That's
the way,
that's definitely a big.
but by the way, Eric,
big
that's
fact.
awesome. That is such a thing he would do. He probably boinked her too and had a threesome.
Oh
later.
look,
Um,
one
Eric's
of those
got.
women
He put
Yeah.
another
scratched
thing
his
up
face.
there.
yeah.
They
Read
paid
that. That's
the lady
cool.
$99 because she broke a fingernail. Then she invited him out for dinner date.
He's a pimp,
No
dude.
joke.
He's just okay. Here's another fact. He was a car salesman before he became famous.
I'll believe it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like, I mean,
Look, he was
but
totally in the right. There's no doubt about
I
it.
mean,
Look,
yeah, dude,
Alex
so-
Stein is going after all of the right people.
yeah,
There's
and
no doubt about that.
here's the deal with the whole Hollywood thing, right? I'm not a big fan of Tim Pool. The only reason why I watch him is because at least he shows me the news and doesn't chop up the stories. That is something
Yeah.
cool about Tim Pool. Okay, he's an asshole sometimes, and he cuts people off, and he doesn't have any respect for anyone, and he's got little man syndrome. But he at least reports the news. So.
Yes, it's
All right,
true.
so something that I do agree with him on is this. If we're going off the theory that Epstein didn't whack himself, right? Okay, that means that Epstein was a part of some kind of program to take you to a special place to get you in a position that would be great for a short period of time and then be used against you at a later time. Okay, so if
Yeah.
we're going, let's just use that as a premise. That means that the black couch in Hollywood isn't just a joke. That means that Hollywood and music industry and all the stories that we've heard from Corey Haim and Corey Feldman and everyone else, Ashley Judd, for the last 20, 30 years, probably has a lot of truth to it. So that
Yeah.
that
think it would.
means that these people, I refuse to believe that they're this stupid. Yes, there are people out there that live in a bubble. Okay, the governor of California. All right, but
Mm.
these Hollywood actors came from Montana and Alabama and New Jersey. Okay,
Yeah,
They
but
know
they're
that-
just opportunists.
yeah,
They don't
exactly.
give a
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah,
really.
but
Right.
that means that they've got something on them though. All these guys that are like, oh yes, we must eat crickets and eat worms, dude. What's her name from Eyes Wide Shut? What's her name? Is it Nicole Kidman?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that-
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Dude, they have her on video eating insects, smiling.
Yes.
Oh my
Well,
god.
now let us frame this for a second in a certain sense,
She's
because I
she's
lived in Peru for about 5 years.
yeah, okay.
There is a delicacy in Peru. You can literally go into stores and buy bags of popcorn ants. They're giant ants. They're about
Okay.
this big.
These
They
okay.
they they pop them like popcorn. They put them into a bag and you eat them.
All right.
They
Are
don't
they
think anything about it. It's just one of those. It's like
understood?
it's
Understood.
like us
Yeah.
eating popcorn. So, but here's the problem: chitin, the exoskeleton of insects, is not digestible by humans.
I,
It is a huge issue, and you will get sick and you will suffer
you will
consequences
suffer.
by
You will
eating it.
suffer. Well,
Right. So,
these were live worms. They were
oh
live
well,
live
gusanos. Once
worms.
again,
Right.
they eat worms in South America all over and like fat ones. They're like
Mm,
fat, juicy, booty Latino worms. You know
mm-mm.
what I'm saying? And they
But
just gobble
Jay.
those suckers up.
didn't
But
didn't Jennifer
but
Lawrence invent eating insects?
yeah,
They have
well,
Robert Downey Jr.
apparently, yeah.
Selling
Right after she
drugs.
invented
What?
my God, the meme going around was Sigourney Weaver, like thanking Jennifer Lawrence for creating action
Yeah.
roles for
Hey,
women.
Sigourney
It's
Weaver
hilarious.
sold
Thank
out
you,
though. I mean,
Jennifer Lawrence. Jeez.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
what about Sigourney Weaver?
I mean,
Like
what a
1979?
Dude,
I mean,
but
how do
you,
these people? How are they
Before she was
such
born?
airheads?
I'm
It is
telling you,
incredible,
okay,
man.
okay. What is her name? The little chick that weighs like 90 pounds and every dude wants to boink her. Oh my god. She's the singer chick. What is her name? Ariana Grande.
Ariana
Am I saying
Grande?
that? Okay,
Oh
okay.
no,
Ariana
All right.
Grande?
All
Oh
right, all right.
Jesus.
Ariana Grande is a horrible singer. Her songs suck. But why do
Yeah.
people watch her and listen to her? Because she wears lingerie in every one of her videos. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I do believe that woman is incredibly stupid. I believe that. Okay.
Yeah.
She's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Okay. But do I believe Sigourney Weaver is a dumbass? No. No, I don't. Sigourney Weaver is highly intelligent. That woman is on television, on a video, on YouTube right now, telling us that the world's going to end in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
There's people that I know that live in this state, okay, that are paying organizations for bunkers because the sun's going to explode in 5 years. That's a real thing.
Sure.
Okay. So I mean,
and indeed, the sun could explode in 5 years. We don't know what the hell's going on.
it's a
You know,
relatively new sun. I mean, I don't. It's
It's
not supposed to.
relatively right.
is.
Well,
I mean,
apparently,
it
it
is.
still has like
Sun.
8 billion
Yeah,
years
yeah, it has
left.
like it's like 800 billion. But yeah, I mean, it's like
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, just some
but-
insane amount of time.
But
you
the
know.
fact that someone was dumb enough to
But it
believe
could explode.
that it could explode in 5 years, and
It
even
could.
more so that they're gonna, dude. She pays a monthly bill. These people pay a monthly bill for this like shack to go
Dude,
live
hey-
in case the sun explodes. And I was with a group of them, right? There's like a group of these people, and I'm like, you do realize that if the sun goes supernova, it's gonna create a black hole, and we're all gonna die, right? And everyone's
Well,
kind of
if the sun did anything,
yeah,
even
the
remotely-
solar flare would wipe out all
Oh,
life
no.
on
right,
Earth.
we
but-
would be dead
you know,
anyway.
Jennifer
Yeah.
Lawrence created Finbat,
Explode.
everybody. Oh my
Hey,
god.
did you guys ever see the short film called Psychic Parrot?
I've
It
heard
was
of
about
it.
this parrot that became very famous on Earth for being a totally accurate psychic. And one day the parrot says, "The world will end on Friday, midnight Friday." So everybody flies to the moon for safety because they already have colonies on the moon. They fly, a few billion people to the moon. And
I'll
of
say
course,
because
at
the
the
moon's
end,
only the size
the
of
moon
Texas, so-
explodes.
Yeah.
Because
Thank
that's
you,
what
citizen.
it is. That's the clown world accuracy that we're living in now.
But
Right.
I mean, but it makes sense though. I mean, if you look, like I said, if we're going, let's circle back around. If we go with the concept that Epstein was keeping the black book on everyone, right? I mean, say this out loud, everybody. No one has gone to jail except for some over the hill leftover chick that kept his books. Think about
Nobody has gone to jail.
My
except
God,
for
it's
those
Devil
that-
Flyer Rex.
There you
Yes.
go,
I thought you
Rex.
were
Well, he
dead,
said
man.
say this, so I was
I mean-
sorry.
Where the
but-
hell's
sorry,
my
Vince.
book?
No, you're fine, Rex. Here,
You bastard.
Hey, Mike.
Out loud,
Hey,
it
devil
sounds
flyer
absolutely
Rex.
crazy. You know, it's like it's unbelievable what they've been letting people get away with. And I love how who was the fat dude that has to use a walker to get put in prison? The one that apparently raped all the women.
Yeah, Weinstein.
Weinstein,
Oh.
right? Okay, so
Weinstein,
think
yeah.
about this. Weinstein's in jail for supposedly raping all these women, right? But
Right.
Oprah's around walking free, and she literally helped him find all the women. There's pictures of her,
Yeah, of course.
with the women that he supposedly raped, like the
Yeah, but
night
then you
that they're
see
challenging.
Here's the problem. Photos that have people, you have Trump with fucking Epstein, you have Trump with Ghislaine Maxwell. It doesn't prove jack shit. In a
No.
court of law, it means nothing. You have to
Right.
actually have
There's
solid
testimonials.
connections, and
Guilt
that's
by
why Oprah
association.
went. Yeah,
There's
unless they have
testimonials. There's testimonials, Mike.
right, exactly,
of
and that's
women-
why Oprah
women, and
Winfrey
this is
is
what's
going
weird.
to remain
She-
free.
Okay, but
You know,
Oprah Winfrey has actually had people come forward. Women, by the way, this is what makes it weird. Women have come forward and said she has a dungeon. All right, in Minecraft, YouTube, in Minecraft. Okay,
Okay, Minecraft.
they have come forward and said she has a dungeon. And when women come to her to get in roles for acting, she actually has to take them to this dungeon and play with them for the interview. There's multiple
Well, no-
women that have said this, and
Yeah.
then
No
Well,
wonder
that's-
she's
that's-
single.
That's a
she
new
takes
one
them-
on me, but now there was some kind of slave child thing, Africa.
Oh yeah,
blah,
yeah.
blah.
Well,
You know,
look at-
but
look
now
at Juanita
I haven't heard about the
Broderick.
dungeon.
Juanita
Hmm.
Broderick had total, straight line testimony against Bill Clinton that he raped her, and not only did he rape her, he beat her. And she
well,
would-
I
she-
mean,
there were
we-
photos of
okay,
her
we can't
bloody
use the
face.
R word anymore.
Yeah,
have
we
to
can't
go
use it. We have to
rape
say
or
great.
You have to-
It's
Safe
Minecraft.
or
YouTube.
Okay,
Minecraft.
rape
It's all in
or-
Minecraft.
yeah.
It's all in
Hold-
Minecraft.
hold on. Hold on. Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
Great. Great.
This
God,
this is
No,
Twilight
we,
Zone.
we can't
Yeah.
live in this world. We can't
Yeah.
live in a
No.
great
Hey guys,
world, okay?
silence
This
is
is horrible.
violence, and words
Horrible.
cause pain.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
don't-
we
in
just
any
don't want to
case,
get apex struck.
Why
you
did
know?
we get
No, don't
get
get
thrust
struck.
into this dark world of Hollywood bullshit? Let's like talk about other shit. Good
I
Lord.
thought
Because
you were
it's
the-
getting ratings right now. That's why.
I thought you were the
I
king
mean-
of horror, Mike. Where you
Yeah,
been,
but
man?
but that's
You've been
horror of
busy.
fantasy,
Dude,
Rex.
dude.
That's
Hey,
not
is it true,
horror of
Rex?
reality.
Yeah.
This picture's
Yeah,
you and
yeah.
Susan B. Anthony. So Eric and Boy said.
Yeah, Eric.
I think some of these.
There are photos of Rex with Susan B.
That's fucked up, man.
That's true.
That's
Ouch.
Only,
That's harsh.
yeah, you never
Uh,
saw
Harsh
me on
as
the
a
quarter,
buzz.
or
Hey,
it's the dollar, isn't it?
Hey,
no,
oh
it's
my
not.
God.
have any of
No,
us seen Avatar yet? Has any of us seen Avatar?
No, and I don't
I've seen the
plan to.
first
I'll line it
one,
up
and
against
it's
the
like-
wall and
Whatever.
execute it. you
I
know,
mean,
and
I'm not going to pay to see it. How about that? I'm not
No,
going to put any money.
I'm
in it.
not.
I'm not even
It's
not
curious
for
to
fun.
see it on by accident after a commercial.
I mean,
Yeah,
so
I'm sure Ho Chi Minh is proud.
it was
staring down
estimated to do 800 million. Is that
hell.
right? Apex 800 million. this
Pull
weekend?
my
That's what it was-
fingernails out.
Is that what it was supposed to do? Was it
Exactly.
800 million
It's supposed to make the first
my
movie
for the
made
first
over.
weekend. For the first weekend.
Okay, now let's get back to the first Avatar. That made
Okay.
over the first 1.3 billion, I think.
On the
Which
first
is
weekend?
Something like
insane.
that.
I think it was an insane amount. Somebody in
Okay.
the chat, get
Yeah,
the right figures
Fact check that.
if you can.
Okay.
Fact check
But
if you would.
I,
But I understand it took almost 2 billion to make the second one. That's why it took like 13 years to
Wasn't
make the second one.
wasn't Miss Ripley in that one? Sigourney
Yeah,
Weaver.
Sigourney Williams
Yeah.
in the first
And,
one. Yeah.
and I saw her go on Fox, right? She's supposed to go
Mhm.
on to talk about Avatar.
Right.
And immediately she knows who she's against, knows she's
Mhm.
doesn't like Fox. She's a
Mhm.
hostile audience. And I would have told her to take a leap and thank you for showing up
She
Kinda like
betrayed
me,
us. She betrayed us,
40
dude.
minutes in.
Yeah.
And
Fucker.
she said,
Mm.
I'm not, I can come back and we can talk about that later, which she probably never did. That was a
Yeah.
lie.
So well,
She said, let's talk about something in the environment. I can't even remember. If
she's
I was
talking
the
about
host, I would have said, well, thank you for coming on. We scheduled you to talk about this. You want to talk about something else. This is
Yeah.
nothing but leftist propaganda. We
Yep,
don't
yep,
do that here.
Yep.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. And would have they got plenty to talk about without
Yeah.
giving her whatever the amount, 10 minutes time slot for her to go off on her leftist BS. I would have
Yeah.
said, you're out of here. That's when I
Yeah.
lost all respect for her,
Yeah.
when I
I
found out
understand
what a lefty she was.
that's really sad.
But she wasn't
Is
always
that-
a lefty, man. She was
No.
not always a lefty.
Well, you know
Dude.
what? Mel Gibson said a long time about Hollywood, and we thought he was crazy when he was talking about the children and all the stuff that he alluded to. And he said, you know what? It's going to affect you when you go out to Hollywood. It's ever presence, and you think, well, is this going on? We thought he was crazy because we didn't know what he was talking about, or if we did, it was like, no, that can't be happening.
Yeah,
And
It's
you're
happening.
absolutely right, Rex. When
it's
did
going to affect you.
when did Mad Max come out?
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
that was late
1980.
70s, early
That was
80s.
that was
No,
1970.
that was Road Warrior. Mad Max.
Oh,
was
Road
70
Warrior.
Yeah,
Was the
yeah.
Road
first
Warrior
one.
was
No,
82.
Mad Max.
82.
Mad Max was
79. 79.
79.
Yeah, things
The
were
great
retarded
George
back
Miller, by the
then.
way.
You
Yeah.
know why
Right.
things were retarded even back in 1979? Because when Mad Max was released in the United States, they
Yeah.
dubbed over the Australian accents for English accents because
yeah.
they were afraid that people in the United States would not be able to understand Australian accents because they're fucking dipshits. That is why we have always been living in this clown world. It has just been
Mhm.
exponentially growing and
well,
growing. But
I'll
it's
give you
always,
something else,
Hollywood has
Mike. What
always been
about
full of idiots.
what about Walter
That's all there is
Cronkite?
to
He was the most trusted man in America, and it
Mhm.
was nothing but leftist propaganda the whole time, with a bent, not as severe as today, but it's always been there, Mike.
It
I mean,
has.
Who was
It really has.
who was
Oh,
who was the
look at the
stupid,
McCarthy hearings. Very
Oh, well, there
interesting
you go. There's
Yeah.
a perfect example.
Don,
We
yeah,
impeached Donald
Don
Trump
Siegel-
twice. Two
Don
times.
Siegel actually did Invasion of the Body Snatchers in the 1950s to say, look, there is
Yeah.
a communist threat. This is
Mhm.
my allegory.
Right.
That we could be taken over one day by communist ideology.
And you know what? In
That
my
was his
opinion, you know
idea
what made Ronald
behind that
Reagan
film.
so effective? He was a throwback. He was so anti-communist from way back. Now he's got his problems too. Okay.
Right.
Was
And
this,
look, a lot of people
but-
during the McCarthy era were unjustly labeled as
Oh,
communists.
blacklisted.
They were
Yeah.
blacklisted,
Yeah.
Right.
and they had nothing to do. They
Howard-
were not
Howard Hughes,
members
right?
of the Communist Party or
Howard-
anything
Well,
like that.
yeah.
Edward G. Robertson was
Yeah.
blacklisted. He was
Yeah,
one of those that
exactly.
was
Well, they-
blacklisted.
you
know,
Yeah.
It
But
was-
Howard
it was
Hughes
like-
specifically, didn't they put him on trial? They put Howard Hughes on trial trying to say that he was like a communist because he got his dick sucked by some Russian spy chick.
yeah,
It was
exactly.
something like that. Yeah.
Some
like seriously.
stupid shit.
Yeah. But
You know, and so it was at that time. It was a problem on both the right and the left. There were just idiots that were in charge saying,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, it's this way. No, it's this way. This is
was the
what's going
Spanish
on."
Inquisition any different? I
And-
mean,
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
I mean, it's. I mean, okay. Now correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was Stalin that said this. I always butcher the quote, but I think it was Stalin that said that America could not be beaten from any force on earth, whether it be from
Right.
an army or air or land or sea. He said the only way that we could beat America would be from the inside. We have
And
to
he
take
was
care
talking money.
that-
He was
Yeah, that
basically
may-
talking money. We had the wealth, and
It was
Russia
either
was a
Stalin or
holdout.
Mao.
It was Stalin or
that.
Mao. It was one of the two. Yeah, but
One of the
but
two.
it was one of
It-
because they knew that as long as we held on to capitalism, as long as we had the militaries, that
Right.
we were never going to be able to be beat. I mean, dude, think about it. Okay, this is something that nobody thinks about. All right, America has not lost a war. Okay, in 100 years. Think about that.
No, we've
Okay.
lost a ton of wars.
No. Wars, not conflicts. wars.
Well, Vietnam was Vietnam
Okay.
War. We
Okay.
lost that.
Right? No, the Vietnam War was an
our
argument with
asses
Nixon
kicked by
and
the
them about his dick
commies.
size.
We
That
did.
wasn't a
Well,
war.
there
That was
was
an on-purpose occupation.
we
But
really wanted
Yeah, but
it,
it was
but
a
they
war.
didn't want to win
Guys,
it.
now look,
Right.
listen. Okay, no force on Earth other
Right.
than America in the last
Yeah.
100 years has been kicking ass and
So
taking names.
Vincent, I have a question.
Yeah, but
for
look
you.
at the
You're-
conflicts. Afghanistan was a fucking joke.
That was a
We
joke
got
to
our
the
asses
Biden, dude.
once again
Hey, Mike,
with-
I was in Afghanistan, dude. I was in
Okay,
Iraq.
but look
with
at
our
So
what
guys.
happened.
Vincent,
We
I have a
slaughtered them,
question
bro.
because
There wasn't
you're
even a contest, man.
you're
Right, but
ex-military.
Look what happened. Look at the leadership, the Biden leadership.
Yeah, but
It
that was on
happened.
purpose to make us look like
Right,
shit. They didn't,
exactly.
yeah,
To-
that
to-
was on
to
purpose.
make-
Okay, yeah.
To make us lose.
To make us
Right?
look like we're incompetent, and also to magically leave $85 billion worth of military.
Yeah,
hardware.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Nothing
Dude.
magic, nothing magic about
And
that.
not only that, but let me say
Yeah.
something, guys.
That
We're
was
just-
a setup.
We're
That
just
was
going to
payoff.
break all
Vietnam.
military code. We're going to break all standing orders, and we're going to do everything that we were taught not to do since the day we were in fucking boot camp because the Biden administration says so.
Yeah, and look, Vietnam. What happened there? We got suckered into it because the French
Yeah.
didn't have the spine to protect their
Well,
territory.
to be
That
fair,
is
the
what
French were
happened.
getting
It was
the
French Indochina.
The French were getting their ass beat, man. They
And,
were getting slaughtered every time they went into Vietnam.
Yeah,
That was the
because they
problem.
suck.
Because
Yeah.
it's a different type of warfare.
I mean,
It's
it
guerrilla
was
warfare.
it was like a 90% casualty rate every
Right.
time the French and ever
And so-
engaged
Right,
Vietnamese forces. They lost 90% of their forces, dude,
right.
So,
And we lost
you know-
50,000 American soldiers for what?
for nothing,
Yeah,
for zero.
right.
For
Right?
absolute
And
zilch.
here's something a lot of
You
people don't know about Vietnam. Okay, just to clear the air on this. All right, the Marines were we were the ones that were mostly there. Okay, there were Army, but Marines were mostly there in more than Army.
They
And
sent the CIA in first, didn't they?
yeah,
yes.
that was more about the
Advisors,
drugs.
military advisors.
Yeah, that was
Right.
but it was also for the drug trade. Don't forget that. Okay,
Right.
all right, but
Yeah.
so
Air America.
they would have
Mhm.
the Marines and the Army go take like a grid square, okay, like 1,000 square yards. We would kill everything in that grid square, and then a 4-star general would fucking call over the radio and say, "Okay, guys, great job. Grab the dead and pull out of that grid square." And then we'd wait a week and then go back to the same fucking grid square and kill the guys that came back in after we killed the people that were there. We did that over and over and over again. It wasn't a fucking war. It was us
Yeah.
trying to prove that we could do something to Vietnam.
Yeah, to a certain degree, that's what the Russians are doing now in Ukraine. They're
Yeah.
actually they're pulling out, they're pulling back from areas. The
But-
Ukrainians come in, and then they go back and they slaughter thousands of
Well,
Ukrainians.
we're funding both. All that's avoidable, and that pull out with that in Afghanistan
And
was. But-
we've actually given Ukraine over $100 billion fucking
Well, I mean,
dollars.
but we're giving
we have.
Russia the oil money, so we're funding both sides of it. It's
Oh,
avoidable.
sure.
But now I have a question for Vincent. He's
Mhm.
ex-military.
Former.
Where are we now? What is our status now militarily? Since because under every Democrat, it happened under Clinton, it happened under other Democratic presidents. They
Mhm.
cut to the marrow,
Mhm.
the military, the bones.
Well,
They
the-
cut the budget.
Mhm.
Where are we now? What is our readiness? Even
Whenever-
the oil is being sold off, even past what Trump built it up to. Where are we now? How ready are we?
Whenever Bill Clinton became president, I was in at the end of his presidency. He put in a program. You guys might be familiar with this, where he cut the budget for the military by about 17% across the board. That didn't work, and he didn't get the result that he wanted. So Obama tried something a little bit different. Obama came in and said, "All right, I'm going to pull everyone out in public," but instead he sent in more troops than anyone ever did before. So, and I've talked to several of my military buddies, about this, and we've sat down and smoked cigars and actually debated this and had really good talks about it. And when it comes down to it, when you have commercials showing that join the army because my moms are lesbians, and
Right.
whenever you take the Marine Corps boot camp and make it co-ed, and then lower the prerequisites to be able to join the Marines, which remember,
Right.
Marines are the deadliest force on the face of the planet. They are the
Right.
most feared force on the face of the planet. You weaken the military from the inside. What did we just say about
Right.
Mao and Stalin? So, and Mike brings up a very good point. The Afghanistan thing is a total joke. We look like fucking morons. Okay,
Okay.
It's a payoff. That's all that you can say. Plus, they have one of the largest copper mines. China owns one of the largest copper mines there that they've been unable to mine for over 20 years while we've been there. And now they can go to it and make millions.
And when you look
Plus,
at
have
something
the
else,
hardware
yes,
that was left behind.
Yeah, and here's something too. A lot of people don't know this, okay? Because you guys are civilians, I don't expect you to know this. Apex knows this because he's military as well. There is a standing order. It never goes away. Okay, this is an order that you have. You have to die in order to not follow this order. Okay. If you have to abandon a position, if you have to leave a position, if you have to retreat, you have to destroy or enable or sabotage all equipment before you leave the area.
Right.
Period.
We did none of that.
We did
Okay.
none.
Didn't happen.
We left them A1 Abrams. We left them
Yeah.
A2 Abrams.
I
We
want
left
to
them
see. I
Harriers.
want to see
We
right
left
there
them
toward the end. Was
Cobras,
there
53
actually a buildup of even
Dude,
putting more equipment in there
they-
for them to take?
They have the Mark 19. Do you understand what the Mark 19 is?
They're going
you
to
know what the
backward engineer all that stuff.
Okay. The Mark 19 is an automatic grenade launcher.
Yeah. Let's now, Devil Flyer Rex. I just want to interject here. Look, the Chinese and the Russians have had almost virtually the same technology we do. Okay, what people don't realize is that in the 1960s and 1970s, the Russians landed on Venus. Okay, nobody else has fucking landed on. They landed on Venus 14 times. The last 4 times were successful. Okay. And meaning that they took photos of the surface of fucking Venus. They are incredibly advanced. The Russians are amazingly advanced. They know exactly what they're doing. The Chinese obviously are incredibly advanced. They're doing shit. They're sending missions to the moon, for Christ's sake. I mean, things, you know, we think like in terms of like the United States is the universe. It is not. It is simply not. We have been getting slaughtered, technologically speaking, by other countries for decades, and it has come home to roost. That is what's going on. And what these countries want is simple, and it's going to happen. We are going to see
I
a
reiterate,
multipolar world. We
I
are no
reiterate my
longer
question to
going to
Vincent,
see a
and he
world
answered
that
it.
is governed by the United States. It ain't going to happen. It's not going. It can't persist, because if it does, we are going to end up destroying this planet. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, we are going to see World War III
But
if it does persist.
To answer you a little bit further, Rex and Mike, I don't know much about what you're talking about, but I would love to talk about it more. But to answer your question, because I want to get back to Avatar too. But to answer your question, Rex, we're a laughing stock. We're like the Cowboys, okay, in Texas. People laugh at the Cowboys because they suck so much. We're like the Expos, okay, in California. People just make fun of them. If you were to talk to as much of a gaggle fuck or a snafu, that's a situation normal, all fucked up, that the Ukraine and the Russia war is right now, because that's a clown show right now, okay? The fact that Russia couldn't just wipe out Ukraine goes to show you how inept they are.
They could. You're wrong.
No,
they
could
couldn't completely shock and awe them, and
they could drop a lot of bombs and ruin and flatten
if they
them, yeah.
wanted to.
But they can't take it the way Putin wants to. Well, we lost Mike.
He probably is going to reboot, I think.
Okay, all right.
It's kind of echoing.
So when Mike comes back on, but yeah, they could do that,
Yeah.
Mike. But man, I promise you, dude, they can't do it that way because they want the resources in the land. They want to be able to take it over. They can't do it that way. So they can't actually perform a military, style invasion anyone can drop a bomb. Anyone can drop a nuke and destroy a land. That's not what we're talking about.
And also carpet bombing, you
Yeah.
know, is
I mean-
only effective to a certain degree. I mean,
Sorry
look
about
at-
that, guys.
Look
No,
at
it's okay.
islands
I
like
got-
Guam and World War II.
And Iwo Jima. I mean, we
Iwo
bombed Iwo
Jima,
Jima
yeah,
for
we
4
would
weeks.
bomb.
Yeah.
We would bomb for 3
Yeah, look,
months straight,
see-
and they were dug in. The enemy had years to prepare.
You can't.
Yeah,
you-
Russia has got the power to go into a country like Ukraine and just completely annihilate them
with
They
bombs,
consider
but
the-
not with people. They can't do it.
Yeah,
with
but
people.
here's the problem. They consider the Ukrainians their brothers, and they
Yep.
are. They are directly their brothers.
No, I
Their-
totally get
their
it.
entire plan was limit civilian casualties, not
Mhm.
like the United States that went into Iraq and annihilated over 100,000 people for absolutely no reason. There was no reason for the Iraq war. There was
Oil.
absolutely
Oil.
not one
Black-
reason. Yeah,
black
well, that
oil.
and,
Yeah.
and
We
that's
have more
that
oil
is-
than they
that's
do.
Yeah.
simply conquest.
No, I know. I'm not disagreeing, Avis, but we
Uh,
wanted
it-
more.
well,
you know,
I mean,
you
I
we
mean,
wanted
if you
more
want
oil,
to
bro.
get, if you want to get into it, it's
You both
completely-
heard me on my own
It's
channel
evil.
probably say
I mean,
this
it's like
a million,
that's evil, man.
a million times that what does it take for the Americans to rise up and really do something and get mad? It doesn't take not keeping your oath of office, hence the border.
Takes
It
the World
doesn't
Trade
take
Center falling down.
Afghanistan, where we left military behind, where we left civilians and children to be beheaded, griped, et
3,000
cetera, et cetera, et
plus.
cetera.
3,000
That
plus,
was
dude.
the biggest cluster of, but that didn't get us mad. Ukrainian unavoidable wars, getting us funding it both ways, didn't get us mad. Shutting down energy, the reversal on everything that had come the 4 years. He
Yeah,
could go
sucking the
down
reserves
and maybe
dry
even get quote
in the US.
reelected. Not that happened the first time, but anyway. But what does it take? Oh, don't mess with my children, and yet it's still being pushed. We're still seeing small children being
one
shocked and
black dude-
awed at our
Right,
local
and
library.
I want to say
Hey,
one thing real
question
quick,
on my
guys,
kid-
is that I love the U.S. military.
Hmm.
I mean, the people that serve for the military are awesome.
Yeah.
The problem
I hear a
is
butt. There's a butt
occasionally-
coming.
Yeah, well, occasionally some of the leaders suck. Okay, that's all there is to it.
I mean,
The leaders are the ones that send these people into
Here,
these
here.
god awful
and the leaders are worse
let
than
me-
ever
Positions.
now.
Let me
Yeah.
look. I'll tell this story, guys. This is a true story, and then please let's get back to Avatar 2. All right.
Yeah.
And I will.
Oh, yeah,
and I will.
back to
and
Avatar.
And this is going to answer
I feel triggered.
exactly what you both think of the leadership, and it's always been this way. So hear me out, okay? I was 20 years old. I can't tell you where we were, but we were testing out a new flight vehicle that is in use right now. We were the very first unit to
Hey,
ever
James.
test it out, and we had seen one of the engines on this new prototype vehicle catching, some smoke, some black smoke coming out. We told our superiors, we told our sergeants, the sergeants told the staff sergeants told Gunny told the lieutenants, up the chain of command. We were told that it got all the way up to the top brass. Okay. Well, the sides of all vehicles have got a number on them, right?
Then
Okay. So the same vehicle was put back into circulation because what we were doing was we were testing them out on ops. We were doing search and rescue, basically. So what you do is you come in, we have this thing called the elephant dick that drops down from the helicopter, and you slide down. You've got a number of time to go find your target, recover him, and go back to the helicopter. Then we zip back up in the helicopter and shut off. Okay. So in the middle of this night operation and doing this is just a training op. This is not real. We're in the middle of the desert in this training op. And I was not a part of the helo at this time. I was actually in the tower with the 1-star general in charge of testing out this new equipment, these new vehicles. And he had his XO with him, and I was there with the radio operator. I was there providing security because you're pretending like it's a real operation.
Right.
Okay. And that motherfucking thing blew up, and it killed
Wow.
19 people.
Whoa.
It was a giant fireball in the sky. They said you could see it from 50 miles away. Okay.
dang.
All right. It killed every single person on the helicopter. I lost 15 of my brothers. 4 of them were crew members. The 2 people flying it was a clover leaf and a major. That's a lieutenant colonel and a major for you civvies watching. They flew for the president before this mission. So they were one of the pilots in circulation flying helicopters for the president of the United States of America. You have to be top badass motherfucker to be able to fly helo for the president of the United States of America. Okay. They chalked it up to pilot error. Said, later on it was chalked up to pilot error. Said the pilots fucked it up. That's not true. We told them about the engine. But here's what I'm telling you about leadership. That 1-star general, I'm like 20 fucking yards away from this motherfucker. I can hear everything the son of a bitch says. Okay? He's not being quiet about it. All right? He just watched, through his binos, 19 motherfucking Marines die. Okay? Brass and fucking enlisted. Okay? Everything from a fucking lieutenant colonel down to a goddamn private. And all this son of a bitch had to say was, this is going to put us back 6 months. That's all he had to say.
Christ, man.
That's all he had
That
to
is
say.
just so cold and
That's-
calculated.
That is the only fucking words that came out of that motherfucker's mouth. That's it.
Damn.
He didn't give any orders.
Well,
he didn't.
hey, Vincent-
he didn't even make a sign of a cross, dude. He
Just
said,
a quick,
"Put us
a
behind
quick
6 months."
question before we get back to Avatar. Okay, recently, like in the last year or two, a lot of military have come out and they've talked about sightings of UFOs, or they
They're
call
not
them something
UFOs.
else now. They're
Yeah,
not
they're,
UFOs.
what are they called?
Yeah,
Unidentified flying
aerial phenomenon.
aerial
Yeah,
phenomena.
yeah.
Aerial
The new
phenomena.
one was like AFC or something. Or,
It's some bullshit. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Exactly. So,
Aerial
but they're
phenomena.
not. These are test vehicles from other countries or
hate
from
to break
our
it to the
country.
rest of the world, but if there were intelligent life out there in the universe, they would blow us the fuck up and kill us.
Right, they
Just letting you
would.
know.
They probably
I'm
would.
with you,
Yeah.
Vincent.
Yeah, they're
I'm
yeah,
with
sorry.
you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that maybe a million light years away, there's probably a couple of planets that have life
Right.
on them. I'm not
Oh, there
saying they don't
probably
exist.
are. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But look, if we do have little green men coming here and testing us out, we wouldn't see them, and they're just shoving shit up our ass anyways. That's all they're doing.
Right.
All right.
How do we get
So-
the SR-71 Blackbird?
The SR-71 Blackbird, that badass motherfucking bird. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, how do you think we have shuttles that fly in outer space? How do we make the A-bomb? I mean,
There you go.
Albert Einstein exists, dude. I mean, okay. Now there is a theory though, Apex. There's a theory of the Ubermensch, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So we have great men that exist
My
throughout
dog
history.
heard that.
Okay, so so if you want to look at it from a certain perspective, supposedly every 100 years or every so often you have like the superhuman that's born. Okay, and if you want to use someone really close, they said that Mickey Mantle could hold a bat like this, a regular bat, not use his knee at all, and just snap it in half. Okay. So you have examples of Alexander the Great, Achilles, all these stories from throughout time, right? So my theory on that is we get people like Albert Einstein, we get people like Elon Musk. Dude, in 50 years, we're going to be talking about Elon Musk like he's Albert Einstein. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Hey,
the way
look,
that it is.
We actually
I mean-
had electric cars in the 1910s.
Something like they were like
We had
fully-
electric, literally
hydrogen
electric cars.
energy. With cars,
Right,
steam.
they were using
steam
these
cars.
cars in the actual shops,
Yeah.
in the warehouses
Yeah.
to drive around and
Right.
move gear and shit.
Let me make sure
They
I'm
were
clear on this,
electric.
I don't want people to think that I
Incredible.
don't believe in aliens, because I do believe aliens exist. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that if they've ever visited us, dude, we don't fucking know. Dude, do
Right.
you think a superior race is gonna let us see them?
And
I
you know
mean-
it's really funny.
No,
It's like
they're not.
the pyramids, like the question of the pyramids being built. They built the pyramids on the rocks they were using to make. They only had to haul the fucking rocks like 100 feet. It wasn't any. I mean, it was a great architectural feat.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
doubt about that. But it was totally humanly possible.
That and there were giants. That's
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
mean, there's
Field of
been
Nephilim.
Well, no, they've actually proven that there were,
Nephilim.
you know,
Yes.
like 9 foot tall, there were,
Nephilim.
like 9 foot tall. Now I don't know if there was like 1,000 of them, but I mean, let's just say you had like
Oh, sure,
one.
there were
I
there
mean,
were
let's
9 feet.
Let's get them out.
people.
yeah, let's just say
There was
we
a
had
guy-
like,
That was
up
the
to 10,
run.
right?
That was the
Remember
run.
the guy that lived in the 20th century? He was like 8'5".
Something like
Yeah.
This
that.
guy was
yeah.
a giant. He was
Yeah.
literally, and he
Well-
didn't live very long. But
No, they
Right.
don't. Well, look at Jaws from
Yeah,
Look at
yeah,
Andre
Richard
the
Kiel.
Giant.
yeah, Andre
Yeah.
the Giant. Yeah, I mean,
Look at Will Chamberlain.
yeah.
And
Well,
imagine their spines trying to support that weight.
well, have you
My
seen
God.
have you seen some of the
That'd be
videos of
just-
Shaquille O'Neal? Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Have you seen the videos of him going to the chiropractor and all
Oh,
of
God.
all of the amazing things that he has to do in order to
Right.
like just stay functional? And
Yeah.
how old is he now? Is he 55? Or
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
He's going to wind up looking like Muhammad Ali.
yeah,
Which
well,
I know
he won't.
he had his
Yeah, he won't.
brains beat
He won't be mentally scrambled like Muhammad Ali. But okay,
Of course, yeah,
Yeah,
but of
but-
course
but
he's got the
physically, you get my meaning.
multi-millions to do
Yeah,
this stuff.
to do that
Richard
stuff, yeah.
Kiel never did. The guys before him never did. They never made that money.
Shaquille
know, I
O'Neal
mean-
may become still the superhero which he played in the movies.
Oh,
Yeah,
anybody
just
seen
yeah.
that?
Well,
Have an
that's true.
pay for an
So-
exoskeleton just to stand upright in
what's
his old
Yeah.
age.
what I haven't been paying attention. I've been very busy with work and with a few other projects. What is the current word? Is Avatar doing well? Do we have good response from the community? Do we? I haven't heard
I don't
anything. Does
just
anybody know
came out-
anything about it? It came out
It just
Yeah,
came
yesterday.
out
what-
this
what-
weekend.
What my question is, what community?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
in the LG, I imagine in the woke community, it's probably going to be doing very well.
Oh
that
God,
would,
it-
that would
it-
be that
yeah.
would be my assumption. I mean,
Right.
They spend millions of dollars on movies. Sure.
right.
yeah.
The
Well-
one thing about communities is that communities are created so they can oust you.
Communities
That is
are
basically the way
communicable.
that's the reason
mean,
why people create
mean,
communities.
if you don't
Some
go see
communities
the
are
Step
woman
out of line
king,
and you're ousted.
if you don't go see
Right.
the woman king, then you're racist. But if you're white,
Must
you
be.
should give your ticket up.
Oh,
Right?
just,
It's
Give my
just
ticket
it's completely it's
just
like
give
we
me
are living
monkeypox.
in like
I'd rather have
uh,
monkeypox. Hell,
yeah, it's a monkeypox
James-
world.
But
We're
James
living in it
Cameron,
right now.
James Cameron came out like what 3 days ago and dropped that stupid tweet about how
Feminist.
like this movie is about a woman and her child, and it's the last ditch effort to create womanization in film. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with
Right.
you?
You know,
Vincent,
the
you know,
first film-
publicly, people have to say some things when they're in that. They might privately think differently. They may not. There's some nuts and bars out there.
I don't-
most of
I-
and
them
the,
know.
I
the
mean,
thing about
okay.
the first film, the first Avatar, it was about the evils of colonism.
Yeah,
Right,
co-
of
colonialism
I don't
and
care. It was
Right.
an asshole
And
movie.
the thing is that
Yeah.
I've
I
heard
just saw
about
this
that too,
incredible
citizens.
interview with Jordan Peterson was interviewing this woman in Nigeria. She is like one of their leaders. They're trying to get their economic shit together.
Mm.
And she was like, look, the whole idea of colonists and the whole colonial aspect is the least on our minds. It is not the evil that people say, like, oh, Africa is screwed up because of the colonists. No. And she
Mike,
was
I
saying
only
this
have two
directly. She
words
was like,
Apex,
we
Apex.
did it. We
Apex.
screwed ourselves.
Look at James Hayes. Look at his comment, dude. That just
Look
made
at
my
it.
night. Look
There you go.
at James.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
According to
50.
Google, Avatar: The Way of the Water earned
Yay! It
$53
beat
million
AOC's movie.
Friday.
AOC's
It
movie
beat
by
AOC's
$53 million.
movie.
All I have to say is Wakanda forever.
Dude,
Oh my God.
Do you realize that means that this could possibly make less than Wakanda Forever? Do you realize that if Avatar
I'm
2
sure it will.
if
Probably
Avatar
will.
2 makes less than Wakanda Forever,
Then what does that make Cameron?
It makes him an
An
asshole
idiot?
and a fucking
A
simp.
loser.
And
That's
also
exactly
a
what it makes him,
ripoff.
dude. Oh my
Also
God,
a
that is-
ripoff. He ripped off Harlan Ellison's Soldier for
Oh my God.
Terminator. And
Yeah.
Ellison actually
they're
won that
ripping off the
lawsuit.
classic
by the
stuff
way.
from
Oh my God,
Outer
dude.
Limits,
He
Twilight
killed-
Zone.
okay,
It was the
Right
Outer Limits. It was
It's-
Soldier.
As
Right.
far as
Episode
far
Yeah,
as I'm
but you get
concerned,
what I mean. They're it's all derivative with them. They can't come
Right.
up with anything.
Well, it's like
creative.
Alien and It, the Terror from Beyond Space, man. They sued Dan O'Bannon and Ridley Scott for that. They lost, by the way.
but Alien was better though. I mean,
Oh,
I mean,
of course it was
I
better.
mean, Alien
because
was
they
like-
actually had money to make a movie.
yeah, but it was also
Yeah,
better
right.
written. It was
budget.
better written. It was
But
better
Mike,
dialogue.
you
And
know,
I'm not slagging
Mike.
on Dan O'Bannon was a genius.
To
Are you
my-
kidding me? Man,
Yeah.
the Alien screenplay.
you don't
is
need a large
genius.
budget to make a movie, though, Mike. You know that to
Oh,
make a
Yeah,
good movie.
absolutely.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't. And It, the Terror from Beyond Space is actually a great film. You know who wrote the screenplay to It, the Terror from Beyond Space?
Mm-mm.
James Blish. For
Huh.
fuck's sake, man. James Blish was like one of the great science fiction writers during the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Black Easter, The Day After Judgment. He wrote all the novelizations of the original Star Trek. You know,
Wow.
I mean, it's James Blish, for Christ's
Hey,
sake.
Hey,
So-
real quick, Mike. Hang on. Hey, Apex. Eric is right. James Hayes is awesome. I call him Mr. Hayes for a reason.
Yeah.
He goes.
Yeah.
He goes in a lot of the chats and he promotes other people's channels to help them
Yeah.
grow.
I'm
and
looking
stuff.
for him.
yeah.
I got him.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
Hail
so-
to James
Nuke
Hayes.
him.
Yeah. So
For Christ's
so
sake.
like
Yeah,
so-
but in any case,
Mike,
if you,
you're right.
if you
I mean,
happen
yeah.
to, I just want to say one thing about It, the Terror from Beyond Space and Alien. If you look up on YouTube, do a
Mhm.
lookup of Joe
All
Bob
right.
Briggs,
there you go, James.
It, the Terror from Beyond Space,
Mhm.
and you will see Joe Bob Briggs. That guy is a smart mother.
yeah.
Man, you know
Okay.
it's Jason Bloom, right? He's a
Mhm.
writer. He's in reality. Okay.
Who?
He does a breakdown of all of the things that Alien ripped off of It, the Terror from Beyond Space, and it's
Yeah.
compelling. All I'm saying is that do a search of It, the Terror from Beyond Space and Joe Bob Briggs. You will be astounded
Oh,
at,
yeah.
at what Dan O'Bannon took. But in Dan O'Bannon's, I mean, look, Dan O'Bannon did some of the greatest things. Not only was he Pinback in, of course, in Dark Star. I don't know if you guys ever saw Dark Star. That was John Carpenter's first
Dude,
film.
Dude, Dark Star
feature
was cool.
film.
Yeah,
Dark
was
Star
cool.
is a
Yeah.
fantastic film.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, Dan O'Bannon wrote and directed Return of the Living Dead in 1985, which is one of the greatest zombie films ever fucking made. I mean,
Send more
there's
police.
I would put
yeah, I
it in the
know.
top.
Send
I-
more.
I-
Send
I
more
would put it in the top
paramedics,
five.
you
I
know
would put it in the
what
top five. I'm a huge horror guy, but I definitely would give
Yeah.
it a run for the top five. I'm
Yeah.
a-
totally.
I'm a Day of the Dead guy. I'm a Day of the Dead guy.
All right, well,
Okay.
give us
Don't
your top
hate
five
me.
then,
Ooh,
Vincent.
top five zombie films.
Give
Go.
us
Uh,
give us
uh,
your
Give
top
some.
five.
I'm
do
an
it.
original Night of the Living Dead, number one.
Yep,
Period.
that's
Yes.
one. That's
All right.
numero uno.
All right.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
It's one of the greatest horror
Okay,
films
okay.
ever made.
Totally sick confession. I had a girlfriend once, and after I made her watch that movie, I took that soundbite and I used to play it at night while she slept. They're coming
Wow.
for you, Barbara. Dude,
Oh
The
my
Disney-
god, that's
dude,
great.
she would get up and she would freak the fuck out, dude. Oh my god. Like, dude, it was funnier than shit though, man.
Well, somebody didn't get laid.
Could you,
No, I
can you
guess
imagine? Can you imagine in 1968 going to a theater and watching
Dude.
that film?
Yeah, somebody
My
named Barbara in the
God.
audience watching
I mean,
it. Oh.
Oh my
dude,
god, it
uh,
would have just leveled people.
Day,
Oh,
Day,
yeah.
Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead. Okay.
Freaks.
mean,
yeah.
okay, and the next one I'm probably gonna get a little shit for, but I love it because it's so funny. I like the remake of the Night of the Living Dead. Okay, and the
Oh, you
reason
mean the
why
Savini film?
because
I was
okay,
gonna
here's
say-
why. Here's why, and it's just because of the bucket zombies. I mean,
Yeah.
like, dude, the bucket zombie was so cool. I would like to watch a movie just about the bucket zombie.
That beats
Like,
mine. I was going to
dude.
say Weekend at Bernie's.
I like that.
Weekend Birds. That's a good one though.
Dude,
I
And
like
the
it.
sequel wasn't too bad either.
And four, okay. Now look,
First one's better.
technically it's not a zombie movie, okay, but I really liked it because it was really original. 28 Days Later. Okay, I really did like it because
Yeah,
it was.
you're right. It's not.
I
really
don't
a
like
zombie
zombies running fast. I hate zombies running fast.
Okay,
I hate
okay,
that.
but they're not zombies though. See, so they
They're
tell you what it is at
infected.
the beginning of the
They're
movie.
infected.
Yeah, they're infected.
Right.
They're infected with rage. Okay, so like,
Right.
and
Yes,
and
that's
28
exactly
Days
it.
Later is actually a ripoff of a movie that was made in like 1983, and it was called
No
like
surprise.
Primal Rage or
Yes.
something. Yeah,
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
And-
Primal Rage.
yeah,
You
something
got
like that. Yeah, and
Was that the
but-
one with Chuck Norris?
No,
it.
This is
no.
What was that
No.
movie, Mike?
I know exactly. It may have actually also been called Primal Rage. Rex, but there was
it
another
might have
film
been. It
called
might have been called
Rage.
Primal or
Uh,
Primal Rage.
By the
or-
way, that this film that you're talking about is on Tubi. You guys, it's free. It's
Ooh.
free on
I
Tubi.
swear, Mike's
Primal
got
Rage is
stock in
now on
Tubi.
Tubi.
Yeah.
You have stock in Tubi.
I've got. I swear to
think
God,
you
I
do,
wish
don't
I
you?
did.
I
Oh my
downloaded
God,
Tubi like a
Tubi
week
is
and a half
kicking
ago, dude.
butt.
I love it. I watched like
Tubi is so
like
I
good.
2 days of straight up
I bet
anime,
Vincent
man.
sells crypto.
Yeah.
James Hayes has a weird question. Let's. Should they have called zombies that run fast ghouls?
Well, ghouls
What?
could think. No ghouls could think.
Yeah,
remember?
well, ghouls
Yeah.
ghouls
Check
are
your-
actually
Check your
They're not
Scooby-Doo
even-
lexicon.
technically
The
ghouls
Scooby-Doo
are
had-
just like
Had it all.
they're grave robbers.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ghouls are grave robbers.
guess-
They're
well,
not
okay,
even
well,
zombies.
Well, Mike, hold on. I guess we have to depend on which myth we're following. Are we following D&D mythos or are we following traditional mythos?
The traditional mythos,
okay,
a ghoul is
in-
is a grave robber.
Is a great they would form tunnels underneath graveyards. That's how they survived. Okay,
Right, and they would rob graves.
They were they could only eat undead flesh. They preferred human undead flesh. So like
Wow.
it's a little different, and they lose their teeth and they lose their ability to look human. That's why they have to wear prosthetics and stuff like that. And then of course, as they preferred, continuing on.
And so,
Yeah.
Vincent, what's your fifth film? What's your fifth?
Yeah.
No,
Five.
5 would be what did I say? I don't think I said 4. No, I never said 4. Did I?
I
What's
thought you.
four?
What was
Okay.
4? What's 4?
What's four?
I
Yeah.
thought you said that was the.
Oh yeah, 20 days later. 20 days later.
28
Um,
days
wait,
later.
I'm sorry. I was
Four.
thinking. Okay. I usually get a lot of flack for this because Pretty Boy's in it, but again, I like originality over horror when it comes to horror films because so many horror films have been done, over and over again. I liked World War Z.
Oh, Brad
I
Pitt.
mean,
That's good.
it was because it was okay. Now I don't disagree with people that say it would not have been as big if Brad Pitt hadn't been in there. No shit, it's Brad Pitt. Okay, but I could have also chosen some random English dude with a sexy fucking accent, and it would have been just as good. 28 Days Later proved that. Okay,
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
but World War Z had a cool little thing. I didn't like what they did at the end of the movie. The whole climate change bullshit, trying to throw
I
that in
didn't
there.
either.
But
Oh
about
yeah, that was kind
but-
of bollock.
dude, the opening scene where he's like, because Brad Pitt's character's a hoss. You got to understand the badassery of Brad Pitt's character in that movie, dude. He stands there, just as instinct goes 1, 2, 3, and then on top of the building, he's about to throw himself off that fucking building because he wants to make sure that he did not get bit. Dude, that motherfucker was a badass.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yep. So
Okay.
those are that would be my top 5. Okay, so yeah, there you go.
All right. Cool.
What about you guys? How do we differ on that?
I-
Weekend at Bernie's is best zombie movie ever.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's one of them.
Well,
It's
what about
one of
Weekend at Bernie's too?
I didn't care for the second one, in my opinion.
Dude, hey, Eric, speaking of Nancy Pelosi, did you guys hear the latest rumor that is circling around the drain? Did you guys hear this? I found this to be very interesting. Okay. So the guy's son, the dude that supposedly hit someone with a hammer, okay, in Minecraft YouTube.
Are you talking
Right.
about
All right.
Pelosi's husband, right?
No, okay. Pelosi's husband was the one that supposedly got hit with the hammer because now they're
Right.
saying that no one was even hit with the hammer because there's like 12 different stories. Okay. But okay. So the son of the guy that was arrested, went on like a talk show or like an interview or something and said that his father was a sex slave to Pelosi's.
I knew it. I knew something was going on. Why was the assailant in his underwear to begin with?
And why have we not seen the cop cam? Why have they been hiding that from us, dude?
Yeah,
okay,
they're hiding it.
Because remember, Pelosi was in his underwear too.
Right.
Okay. And if you guys, I know it's kind of fuzzy because we get so much 24-hour news feed on this shit. But if you remember the original story, it said that someone had called the police from the Pelosi house and Nancy Pelosi was there. Then when they released the actual big story, the guy started screaming, "Where is Pelosi? Where is Pelosi?" breaking in, trying to find her. They changed the story. Okay. So, and they did that within like a 12-hour cycle. So we kind of just forgot it. And then the story kind of took a life of its own. All right. So they're two dudes in underwear. Pelosi's got giant knockers. I can make a whole storyline based off of this, man.
How did it go?
Okay.
I leave for 2 minutes and it turns from zombies to Paul Pelosi.
I mean, dude, like, okay, well, Michael, we were telling him is because of the last comment that we had right here from Eric.
This is what brought it up.
So,
Nancy Pelosi puts on makeup in the morning.
on Friday, on the Friday's news cycle. Now on CNN they weren't reporting this obviously because CNN blacks out the news, but on all the right-leaning news stations they were reporting that the son of the assailant, I can never remember his name, whoever the supposed assailant was, that performed the hammer on him, Mike. Apparently he was a sex slave to the Pelosi's.
Yes,
I knew it.
That's apparently it. Now, James Hayes makes a very good comment here. He says, when it comes to zombie films, I can't help but think that Vincent Price in 1964's Last Man on Earth is still the best because every zombie film since has copied what they tried to do, if in a newish way. Now, to a certain degree, that's true. And the original book, the novel, Richard Matheson's I Am Legend, is one of the great.
I was literally just about to say that. That's I was about to say
of all time.
And
they still haven't done it
with Charlton Heston.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. You've got, of course, The Last Man on Earth, Omega Man, and then you have that Will Smith thing, which is so bad.
I have a
like
rule.
Clawing my eyes out.
I have a rule, and this is following me
film.
now because apparently it's a thing now in movies. But if they kill a dog on screen, click. I'm serious.
Yeah,
I'm dead serious, dude. Like if there's a dog in the movie, right? And they go like it's almost like they go out of their way to kill dogs in movies now, dude. I can literally pull up like 12 movies and show you this shit. They're just like all you hear is like this bang and the dead's dog off screen. You know, like it happens all the time. So whenever that happens, now I'm just like, click, I'm done, I'm out.
I don't like it.
You know,
yeah.
Like I can't remember what movie I was watching, man, but this dude's dog was like his life, right?
And those kids.
I'm sorry, guys. I had to get some popcorn for this. Can you make it?
Yeah, it's a film called. You know who wrote that? Jack Ketchum. It's a film called Red.
Yes,
Red.
Thank you.
That was the name of his dog, and it is a heartbreaking film.
Now,
it's Jack Ketchum, one of the great horror writers. Man, he wrote Offspring.
Yeah.
God, man, that guy was a monster in horror.
Two things. I'll quote Andrew Tate. You fucked with a man's dog, you deserve to get what you get. All right? Seriously. Don't fuck with a man's dog. All right?
Don't fuck with a man's dog. And that was the whole point of that film.
Yeah.
Jack Ketchum was just like, look, these little bastards went in and they were hassling this guy, tormenting him. And then on top of that, they just shot his dog point blank.
Point blank, dude.
And it was just such a, it's a riveting film.
Yeah.
It's really an incredible film, but it's very hard to watch, and I wouldn't watch it again.
Did you?
I watched it once, and that was it, man.
Here's a good one. It's a little unknown movie. I recommend everybody watch this. It's got some weird roles for some famous actors. Okay, it's called Rover. I'm not going to ruin it.
Rover.
Okay.
Yeah, that was that film with
Guy Pearce. Okay.
Guy Pearce. Yeah.
If you want a good
a weird
solid,
flick.
honorable movie. It's an honorable movie, okay, but
Yeah.
it's like a redemption arc and honor based, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ruin the point of the movie for you, but go watch it. It's actually, dude, it's
Yeah, that was a good flick.
yeah, it was
That
a good flick, man.
man.
Silent running.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Silent running. Gather your children in the sun. Remember that freaking Joan Baez theme song?
Oh, it's awful. Yeah.
It was all of those things. Look, guys, I don't
Save
want
that
to
land.
like
Hold on,
ruffle
hold
any
on.
feathers
Hold-
here, but I'm going to, because during that period of time, it was this whole deal where it was like overpopulation is going to kill us and pollution is
Soylent
going to
Green
kill us and all
is
this shit.
people this
And
year.
it was Soylent Green, which was Make Room, written by Harry Harrison. And he had predicted by 1999 that there
Omega
would be
Man.
like 40 million people in New York City.
Right.
There were like
Dude.
8 to 10 million people by that time. Nothing ever
According
happened.
to Al Gore, none
And-
of us should be here.
Yeah, even Harry Harrison said, my novel was a total flop in
And
prediction.
he invented the internet.
So
yeah.
Soylent Green was a complete joke. All of these films that came out in the 70s, like the ecological
Omega
horror
Man.
films, never came
Right.
to pass
Yeah,
No.
No.
because
Well,
they were
if
all
you-
a freak. They were
And
all
nobody calls them on that BS.
Yeah,
Nobody.
Yeah, it was
It-
Paul. You guys, do you ever hear of Paul Ehrlich? He wrote a book in the 1960s called The Population Bomb, and it was a horror
yeah.
book
That ticked off a
that
bunch of
told
people.
us that overpopulation by the year 2000 is going to wipe out the planet. He was totally full of shit, and everybody in Hollywood and in
All right.
politics
All right,
followed
Mike.
this idiot.
All right, Mike, but I want to get
And-
Vincent's take on Timothy Leary.
Boy, Timothy Leary. He was a drug addict.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
what
I
about
mean-
him?
Well, I mean, the military connection, maybe you don't know about that anyway. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
there's-
I mean, like, but what exactly? I mean, I'm not super familiar with him. I mean, I've heard the name. I
Right.
mean, he's a little bit before my time. So what?
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, you don't have.
Oh,
an
wait a
opinion
second. Here
then.
we go.
Okay.
What's
I mean,
Horror
I know,
Mike
I know,
has a horror-themed YouTube
I
channel.
know-
with
I
live
just thought
streams.
you being military,
Thank
you
you,
might have had some
James.
insight
I
I
appreciate
mean,
it.
I know
on
that he,
Timothy Leary's military and
Yeah,
LSD experience.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The only thing I know about him is that he did a lot of experimentation with
Right.
hallucinogenics, with drugs like that. But dude, he's so far before my time, bro. I mean, like I've heard him mention in passing with MK Ultra.
Time starts when we're born. That's proof positive right there.
What?
No, Timothy Leary wasn't an idiot. He just
You
did a
could
lot
probably
of drugs.
tell me more about the Civil
That's
War.
all there is to it. You know.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
dude.
look, it's.
What do you want to know about
I
the
Yeah,
Civil
saw-
but
War?
look at Cary
Let me
Grant.
tell you.
though.
Let me tell you guys a little story.
Cary Grant was
I
a
saw,
big LSD dropper. He retired at that
Right.
age.
I saw
Yeah,
Timothy
started
Leary
using
and Robert
LSD.
Anton Wilson live in
hey,
Chicago in 1992 during the World Science Fiction Convention in Chicago. I saw them live on stage. They were presenting the first virtual reality program ever introduced to the public. It was called Valerie.
Oh,
And you
wow.
can look this up. We saw it. We saw the introduction. I was with a friend of mine. And it was Timothy Leary and Robert Anton Wilson, Robert Anton Wilson, the Illuminatus trilogy. If you ever get a chance, read that fucking trilogy. It is so hilarious. It is
Wow.
great science fiction. You should check it out. But in any case, Timothy Leary is not a dumb guy. I'm just
No,
saying
I
that
don't-
he did
I don't
he
think
did
he
a lot
was,
of
yeah.
drugs. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
And sometimes doing a lot of drugs will get your mind in a certain frame,
I don't.
and you can't really get back from it.
Well, it
And
was
that's
all
kinda what
about.
happened
Well,
with
I won't
Leary.
say it's all about, but this is what they sold it as:
Let me,
reaching another human
let-
plane.
guys, I'll be right back. Let me
Sure.
squeeze the head real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
and you're right, Rex. You can reach another human plane, but then you're going to come down a few days
Zombie,
later to the same
Zombie, and that brings
plane,
us back to zombies.
Zombies.
Yes. Yes. Back to
Rex, what
zombies.
are your top 5, Rex?
Oh, zombie movie.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the one in the early 80s? Now, this would be number 2.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Return of the
agree with
Living
number
Dead.
1. I think we all agree with number 1.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Number 2 would probably be a little comedic. You know, that was our time where you had punk rock.
Yeah, that
it
was Return of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead. Now that's
Yes.
yeah. Uh-huh.
I agree with that too as number 2. That's my number 2.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Oh,
you know?
it's so great. And that's Dan O'Bannon.
Yeah.
Dan O'Bannon, man. Yeah.
I don't know that I have a top 5. You know, I could stop right there and be satisfied with zombie movies.
Okay. Well, I would go with Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, then Dawn of the Dead, George Romero,
Yeah. Yeah.
then Lucio Fulci's Zombie would be number 4. Absolute.
I've
Pardon?
never seen that one.
Lucio Fulci's Zombie is freaking
I never
great.
knew you had
Oh my
Black
God,
Widow.
it is
What year
just
did it
like
come out?
it is so good. It's I want to say 1980.
Okay.
It was early. It was right in
Right.
that period of time. You know, just
And you have
after
one more,
Dawn of the
Mike.
Dead.
One more.
And I'm thinking Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead remake, 2005.
Yep,
I don't know if you guys
yeah.
ever saw that.
Really good.
but,
Yeah, really good.
What you know what the first image of that film is? Do you know what it is? Do you remember? Because
No.
it is iconic and nobody picked up on it. The images, they open up and there's a series of images, right? They're really quick. The first image is a mosque, or a in a Middle Eastern city, and it is 1,000 worshipers, and they all rise from their knees and raise their hands.
Oh, wow.
That is the first image of Dawn of the Dead, and you know why he used that?
Why?
That film was written in 2004. Take a guess.
No shit.
2001, September 11th. That's why he used that image.
Wow.
And he was saying, look, religion creates zombies. And it was like people just didn't pick up on it. It was just like, well, you can watch that opener on YouTube right now if you want. There is the opening sequence.
I
And
would
you see
I would
it.
probably put that one in my top 10 because I love the opening scene. I just don't remember the mosque. I mean, did we get to watch her? Yeah, the opening scene of the mom just killing her kid and like,
oh my God.
dude, it's great,
Yeah,
dude. Yeah,
They suburbia.
Hell,
It's like
Belmont.
she
Yeah.
drives in. She's the hospital. She's a nurse,
yeah.
and she goes
Red flag.
back home, and she's talking to the little girl in the street, and then the clock. There's a close up of the clock, and the clock just turns 1 minute, and then
Yep.
suddenly the door opens, and she's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong with?" And the little girl is in the house.
Yeah.
Man,
That was
that is just hardcore.
By the way, Apex,
hardcore.
that's probably the most aggressive, other than 28 Days Later. That was probably the most aggressive zombies. Apex was in that movie, the Dawn of the Dead. That was probably the most aggressive. Now, one thing that I was always I keep getting distracted by Rex, but Mike. So was Mr. Hayes correct? Do you do a horror channel? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do every Friday night. I dig into the latest films that are dropped
There you
by
go, Mark.
Tubi and Canopy and a bunch of other channels. You know,
Dude, I'm like
we do.
okay. I'm not just a horror buff, but I'm a survival horror video game buff.
Oh, cool!
Okay. Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
like-
Yeah, and it's not just horror; it's science fiction, fantasy.
dude. Yeah,
You know,
it's
everything.
all together. Yeah, it's all together.
Oh yeah, and exploitation films like from the 70s and 80s and shit. You know, those drive-in, fucking those just
dude, hold
ridiculously
on,
low
wait.
budget films.
Blackula.
I'm a,
Blackula.
huh? What's that?
Blackula.
Blackula
Okay.
is great, man. I love Blackula.
Get you,
That's,
Mike, could
Dawn
you
of the Dead.
reiterate what Eric and Boyd, the movie you're talking about?
Oh,
with
what
the woman
movie
and the
were you
kid?
talking about, horror Mike? With the woman
it
and the
was
and the
remake-
good. That
remake of
it's,
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, the remake of the 2005 Zack Snyder remake of Dawn of the Dead.
Good.
Yeah, that
good
was
flick,
Greatest
good flick.
film that Zack Snyder ever made.
I have to agree.
There's no doubt about that in my mind. And he made all of those freaking Marvel universe
Now-
or DC universe.
Yeah,
right?
which is crazy because
Whatever the fuck.
I hate him now because of that bullshit. But okay, question.
I
Mike,
know,
question.
and I
Question.
loved him for doing that film.
Now, I want to ask you this because the remake. I'm not talking about the remake. The remake was garbage. Okay, so and I asked this to a lot of this goes to show you how much of a geek horror people are, guys. For those of you watching, okay, because this movie didn't just upset people. This movie like made them throw up in the theater. This movie made people walk out, demand their money back. This movie shook the world when it came out.
The
Okay?
Tingler.
The Exorcist.
But the Exorcist was good, but it didn't have the effect. So you're gonna know what I'm talking about the moment that I say it. But my question is that what do you think the effect would have been if they would have had the brutality and the grittiness, and I mean even use the 70s like camera, but use our graphics today, okay, and did The Last House on the Left the right way?
Oh,
That would.
well, yeah, I
Dude,
don't know,
dude,
man. Look,
Dude,
Horror-
because think
yeah,
about
well,
give it a
as
watch,
far as I'm
okay?
concerned, CGI has no place in horror.
yeah,
I
exactly.
totally
okay, all right?
reject every modern, you know,
Hey,
digital
Tatsuma.
effect or anything like that for horror
Hey,
films.
Tetsu.
It must be
But-
practical effects. It must be real blood. The worst thing you can see in a movie is when somebody gets bit in the neck or they get shot and there's CGI blood.
Yeah,
Poor
it's
It is
Mike,
the
horrible.
worst
uh,
bullshit
but-
I have ever seen in my life.
Such a
You know,
hater.
I cannot
Such a hater.
tolerate that.
But my question more is focused on the psychology of the movie on today's people.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Yes,
Last
that's what
House
I'm
on the Life.
Yeah,
Left.
I mean, yeah, because think about
Ugh.
it, man. I mean, there's this. I don't want to ruin it for the people that haven't seen the original.
well,
Do
you
not
know,
watch-
they
do
did. They
not watch the
remade
remake.
it.
It's hard. Yeah, I know. I
Right.
said
Oh,
that-
you
yeah.
didn't like it. You
was-
did not like it. Okay.
No, it was just total
Gotcha.
garbage. It was garbage. Look,
Right.
look, guys. The original Last House on the Left, okay, was
It's really disturbing. Yeah.
it is. It's not just a horror movie. It's a psychological movie that breaks your brain.
It does.
Okay, because you can't for people that haven't seen War, it is impossible to fathom what happens in this movie. Okay, because we as civilians, okay, I'm speaking as civilians, you guys don't really have, you'll see shootings or, some guy guns his wife down because she was with a dude, or some guy, grapes his daughter. Yeah, that happens on the news all the time. But you don't actually see the brutality of man in a
Right.
certain aspect, and you don't know that we're capable of it until you see things that were done in The Last House on the Left. And a lot of people were introduced to that brutality of man in that movie, and they weren't just horrified, they were pissed. People
Well,
were
people
actually
shocked
mad.
at the brutality of
Yeah,
just
that
the
they were.
passion of the Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
But
not
that's
only
the difference
that,
about
but
it.
the casual nature
Yes,
of the
the casual
perpetrators.
nature of it, yeah, because
God,
there's-
they were just like, hey, let's just rape and kill. Oh,
At
sorry,
13,
grape
you know,
and-
they didn't even
in
really
Minecraft
show it.
YouTube, in
They
Minecraft
just
YouTube,
suggest-
Minecraft.
They just
Right.
suggested
Right.
it, but
By the
Texas
way,
Chainsaw Massacre left a
the-
scar
Oh,
on
yeah,
me.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre was another
Was
one
another
that
one,
totally
yeah.
stunned
Yeah.
people. And the
Mhm.
thing about Texas Chainsaw Massacre is that in reality, there is little to no graphic gore at all
Yeah.
in that.
Yeah.
It's all in the head.
Yeah.
It's all in the head.
Yeah.
And boy, they do it
I
right.
have to
It's
say
nice.
this to Vin. I
Tobe
have to say
Hooper.
this to
Tobe
Vincent,
Hooper,
though.
man.
I
That guy was
worked
great.
with a gentleman, and he went and he was ex-military. He was he was in Vietnam, and he went and watched Platoon with some friends. He literally zoned out the next 2 years of his life. He lost 2 years of his life. He just something snapped in him. It brought it all back, and then just one day he came out of it, and 2 years was gone.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
so
you know-
he will never watch another military
Yeah.
a war movie again, and I don't blame him.
I
Well,
can't play,
You know, I got to tell you guys a little story real quick.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's kind of along the same lines. In 1979, I went to see the premiere of Alien in Hollywood at the Egyptian Theater. And the thing about the Egyptian Theater is they have a huge lobby. so they put these massive props from the movie, including the space jockey. Remember the space jockey, that the skeletal thing that's sitting in the control, kind of whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's just the massive, the you know, the guys from the Nostromo find it, and it's gigantic, and it's like this skeletal remains. Well, they had that. It was right in the middle of the lobby, and they had like the corridors of the Nostromo you could walk through and shit. I mean, it was amazing. It was totally elaborate. So my friend and I went, and we went through all of the exhibits and so forth, and then we saw the film, and people just freaked out in the movie. It was really something to see. But the next day, this guy, he was a Vietnam War vet, and he thought that it was some kind of a communist takeover. The props that were in the lobby, and he went in. He somehow got in with a blowtorch, and he torched the props. He set them on fire, and it closed down the Egyptian theater for 5 days. They had to remove the props. There was no more display. And you can look this up. This is historical. You can look it up online. And apparently the guy just thought it was some kind of a communist takeover. I mean, he had, you know, I mean, he had lost his mind. That's basically what happened. But we were there literally the day before this happened. It was just one of those freakish things. You know, that you just like, you go like, what?
Eric and
What
Boyd
the
says
fuck?
Rex was one of the people under the stairs. Now I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Mike.
What was this?
There was always a terrifying movie every time I watched it, and I know the star of it. Okay, she was the girl that played in True Grit. She was in Star Trek, the original series. You know, where they would grow old, the children would grow old.
Right.
You know, I mean, the original John Wayne True Grit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The actress.
Yeah.
The actress that played her.
I'm from
Yes. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay, you know who I'm talking about. Well, in the early 70s, mid 70s, I think early 70s, she did a movie.
Yes,
where
Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Now that was a scary movie at the time.
That was and they actually, Guillermo del Toro did a remake of it.
Of course,
it was did. Like I think it was like around 2006.
I'm gonna go rewatch that.
And it was actually with Guy Pearson. Believe it or not, he's the father in the film, but the original is so much better because it's all practical effects. Guillermo del Toro, of course, you know, I have nothing against him really. Right. He's a very big Lovecraft fan. I'm a huge Lovecraft fan.
Right.
And so I connect with him in that way. But the original film was all practical effects. It was a movie of the week, folks. It was made for TV.
Well, since I've gotten here, I don't know what we've been talking about. We've been all over the board, but I have a question for you, Mike, and you too, Vincent, and you, Apex. What's the scariest non-horror movie you've ever seen?
Oh God, come and see. Come and see.
It's a war film. Mike thinks about these things.
It's a war film. It's about the Belarusian about World War II, the Nazis that when they invaded Belarus. And if you have not seen this film, I mean, I don't recommend seeing it because it is so fucking hardcore. Yeah. It's beyond belief. It is one of the, I don't know. It just like totally, I kind of like, after I watched it, I was like, what's the point? You know,
there was
in society.
I mean, I don't. I've seen that movie. When I was a kid, Mike, I've seen that movie, man. You're right. It's horrible, but
it's a horrible film. Yeah, it is really just.
I don't remember the name of the movie. I was so young. I don't remember what it was, but it gave me nightmares for years. It was a It's a movie about a Mexican cartel that came into a town and they burned down this one house from this woman. They killed the father and then they took this screaming baby child. And and think about me. I'm this crazy stupid watching Hellraiser from when I was like 5, right? I'm just a super hardcore horror guy, right? And this was back in the days of the VHS. So the leader of the cartel grabs this screaming baby, laughs at the woman, and throws the baby into the burning house. And all of the men, and my crazy like 7-year-old ass, I'm in my grandmother's house, and everybody's outside drinking beer, doing the thing, and I'm just like fascinated with this scene. And I'm just rewinding it and watching it, because a part of my brain could not believe that someone would take a baby and throw it into the freaking fire. And it scarred me for so many years. So like anytime I would see because the cartel leader was this big fat Mexican guy, every time I would see a big fat Mexican guy, I would just like go rigid. Because he's like he's like talking in that broken English, and he's all laughing and he's sweating and his guts like jiggling, and he's just like grabbing the baby, dude, and he's like ha ha ha, and just throws it into the fire, dude, and it really imprinted me. And there was a bunch of more scenes of them being brutal with machetes and everything. And but that was probably the scariest one I'd ever seen. That was a non-horror movie, probably. But I was really young though.
Yeah. I don't know what you would call. I don't know if you guys have seen a Serbian film. It's literally called A Serbian Film, but it's about this guy. He's a porn star, and he slowly but surely starts getting involved in kind of snuff films. And he's a drug addict, and he doesn't realize how deep he's getting. This film is it's really
a Scanner Darkly was like that. A Scanner Darkly was a lot.
Scanner Darkly is
such
a great movie that with Keanu Reeves and so forth.
Yeah,
that was Philip K. Dick. Do
right.
Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, Blade Runner. One of our great American science fiction writers. There's no doubt about it. Philip K. Dick was, The Man in the High Castle. They just made a freaking Amazon.
Yes, Captain.
series.
This is how we ignore the chat when you're in it.
And he's done so. There were so many of his films, like for instance, what was the film Paycheck with believe it or not, with Ben Affleck? Nope. Did you ever see that movie?
Good point about the money.
Terrible.
It's kind of, but it's somehow bizarrely entertaining. And the thing about Philip K. Dick is that they just don't seem to really adapt his stories very well generally. There have been a few good ones. And, Blade Runner was a very loose adaptation of Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. There's no doubt about that. But the concept is kind of there.
Well, we got Stream of Consciousness. How about you, Apex? What's the scariest movie you've seen that's a non-horror movie?
May I make one?
Ishtar.
Ishtar. Ishtar would be up there, yeah.
It was so bad we remember it.
Scary as fuck.
Warren Beatty.
Oh my God.
Who was with Warren Beatty in that?
Dustin Hoffman.
Hoffman.
Yeah, he
Warren
would be.
Beatty.
Yeah.
Unbelievably creepy, folks.
And it was such a big budget film too.
Yeah,
and it was just a total
Which
disaster.
brings us full circle around to Avatar 2.
Avatar 2 People Nothing is what I like to say about that.
Hey, look. First off, I would like to address something in the chat because me and Captain Infinity have a very love relationship. I've been reading all the chats, man. It's just that because I do the same thing. If you ever actually came to my channel, Captain.
Hey, Captain Infinity, why don't we get him in here?
I read all the chats too, brother. But you are right. We have been lagging tonight. We have been lagging tonight. We've been doing some serious talking here. But Captain, you are correct.
Go ahead and put in the link.
Yeah. Put the link in. Get Captain Infinity.
Okay, I'm out of here. Forget.
Come on.
Come on. Stay, right?
I'm not.
No,
time.
okay.
It's time
I-
for a raging.
I don't.
freaking
I'm,
What
I
you
mean,
want, but I'm
I
not
don't.
putting up with him.
No.
Okay.
He doesn't. He doesn't want to come on. He's saying that we're not.
This one, come on. All right.
Yeah. He's saying
He's
that we're
saying we're
not
not
reading
reading
the
it.
chat.
Yeah. I mean, he had a good point about the currency, but
Yeah.
that's, I mean, if you want to go off topic, hey, let's have the captain on,
No. It's like, yeah. It's all good. I got the. Oh, he can't
which,
hear me.
which,
He's got me.
let's
Apex.
face it, Apex, I'm being your co-host. I'm just
50?
saying, Vincent
Oh,
and Mike,
gosh.
you get them together and they're off to a million miles a minute. And,
Yeah, they are.
and the thing of it is, you have to let people react and respond, but the other two just, or at least Mike did it to Vincent. He's like, he didn't quite get his reaction out to something, but it was on to something else. It's a million miles a minute, and then I get accused by Eric of cutting people off, which I'm trying to keep
Hey, you know what,
people on
guys?
topic.
Right, and you're right, Rex. And you know what the thing is that I watch streams occasionally. I'll watch streams that are much bigger than this,
Nah, such
and the
bullshit,
people are
Captain.
boring as
Bullshit.
hell.
Yeah.
They're boring.
yeah.
I watch these people.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
you
they
guys
are.
may agree.
Well-
They're talking about shit. They're like, well,
Yeah.
yesterday I picked my nose, and then
I
they
mean,
talk
okay,
about
but
that for like 15 minutes. I'm like, this
Right.
is bullshit, and they've got like 500 watchers.
Yeah.
I'm like,
something
Yeah,
what?
that, yeah.
500.
What the fuck is going
Oh,
on?
they love
Well, like,
Literally.
here's
I'm not kidding you. I'm
Here's
not
something
kidding.
though. Here's something though. But apparently, Captain muted us, so he can't hear us. He's just talking to the chat right now. But like something that happened to me recently is I'm getting shadow banned, and I did
Somewhere.
from YouTube. And
Really?
What?
Yeah, because I created a video about Brittany Griner in Minecraft YouTube in Minecraft, and
Minecraft.
I mean, dude, I said my piece, dude. I mean, I kept it straight. I kept it 100. I had people calling me racist. I had people telling me that I shouldn't talk about things that I don't know what I'm talking. I mean, it was ridiculous. I was like, look, we got a chick that broke the law, and she puts a ball in a hoop. That's her contribute. Yeah, that's what she contributes to society. Is she takes a ball and puts it in a hoop. Okay. You got a Marine that went over there for a wedding, and he was accused of espionage because he had an HD drive or whatever it's called, the little little thing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
They brought her back because she's a lesbian.
Yeah.
No. He's a tranny.
Yeah.
That person is not a woman.
Yeah,
it is a
yeah.
male.
If you ever see him,
Regardless, we've
Yeah.
got a Marine over there.
He
Yeah,
brought
I
hash.
don't know what he or she is, so
Well, oh no, it's actually been physiologically proven.
Really?
And not only
Apex.
that, but
Apex.
He-
Hold- one second, Mike. Apex. Tatsu is asking you if you got the money.
for
He said 50 euro, I think.
oh really? What do you buy?
yeah,
maybe
that's
your
what it,
maybe your
that's what it
cavalcade
said.
book.
He said that earlier.
Oh really? Okay, yeah, let me check it.
I don't know. Check
Sorry, Tatsu. Sorry, man.
Where are you from, Tetsu?
Switzerland.
Tatsu
Is
Sama.
he really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
yeah. He's
Thanks,
in.
let me,
He's in.
check it
He's
out.
in a lot of the comic chats. He's in a lot of the.
God
not-
bless him, man. He's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
In any case, I just want to say
Oh.
one thing. It doesn't matter who you are. If you
thank you.
bring drugs, any drugs,
God bless
into
you.
another country,
Dude,
you should expect long
Thanks,
prison
Tatsu Sama.
time.
dude.
That's all there is to it. And
Well,
this person,
The
this
thing of it is,
basketball
Mike,
player
he broke
brought
the law.
hash oil into Russia.
Right.
You will expect many years of prison time in
Right.
Russia or any. You know what they would do to you in Peru? You would be hanging out in one of the worst prisons in the world for
what is
20 years if you brought hash oil into Peru.
in the Philippines.
That's what would happen to you.
in the Philippines, if you're caught with a blunt, this is just,
Right.
this is just a blunt. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're caught with a blunt in the Philippines, they put you in a special jail. Okay.
Yeah.
And they stick you in that jail and you have to stay there. And the only way you actually, because they consider anyone that uses drugs in the Philippines is less than human. Okay. So they have to, the families of the people that are arrested in the Philippines, they have to send the jail money or they won't like feed or allow the person to bathe. No
Yeah.
shit. Okay. So like, and here's another thing. Okay. This is a lesbian going to Russia. Dude, Putin just made it illegal to be gay in Russia. He made it a fucking law.
No. It's not. No. You're wrong.
Right? It's
That's
LGBTQ
incorrect.
plus. It's
Vincent,
LGBTQ plus. It's like
They,
you
yeah, right.
cannot-
They,
yeah, you can't have
no,
the
yeah.
LGBT
What he
plus
said
everything.
is they will not support the LGBTQ bullshit going on in the rest of the world. They are not going to support it. He said that you will not be jailed for being gay. That's ridiculous. In Russia, you will not be jailed for being transsexual. They do not support those things. That's what Putin directly said. He said simply, we're not going to have parades in the streets. You're not going to have, media that is supporting your agenda.
Have you
That's what he
ever,
said. He did not say you're going to jail for being gay. That's ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous thing.
Okay, you're right. He didn't say you're going to go to jail for being gay. But
Yeah,
in Russia,
ain't gonna happen.
if you're gay, do you know what happens to you? Gay men, not lesbians.
You're
Do you know what
gay.
happens to you? No, do you know what happens to you if you're gay in Russia? Like a gay man, openly gay in Russia. Do you know what happens to you?
Well, but wait a second. When you
Oh,
talk
what-
about
I-
being
I-
openly gay,
openly
what does
gay.
that mean?
I'm not like you're.
What you mean, like you're flying around like?
Yeah. Do you know what happens to you
Yeah,
in Russia?
well,
if
you're
openly gay?
you're probably stupid for doing that.
I'm
yeah.
just saying, dude. Do you know what happens to you if you're a gay man?
You might
in
get
Russia?
beaten up.
No, dude, not. I mean, you're lucky if all you do is get beaten up. All right. If you're a gangster, if you're a Russian gangster, and they even like suspect that you've had sex with a man, do they just pop you and bury you? Period.
Okay,
Fuck.
well, but then you're talking about illegal activity.
No.
Well, I'm talking about the
that's
government.
Just the gangster. That's just the
Putin
gangster.
is not
right?
saying anything against as far as jailing gays or killing gays or doing anything
He
against
doesn't have
them.
to.
All of the
Right.
Russian
Well,
women that
and
I have
that's-
banged,
But you
all
don't
the
have to
Russian
do
women
it
that
here.
I've ever banged, every
Rex.
single Russian
It's the
chick
same thing.
that I've ever banged, dude.
you know?
I'm telling you, Mike, every Russian woman I've ever banged has told me specifically, you cannot be a gay male in Russia. You can't.
Iran
you can't.
says the same thing. We
Yeah,
don't
like,
have
now,
gays.
It's not.
here.
It's
Of
not
course
a
you don't.
law.
You-
It's
They
not a
kill
law.
them.
Okay. All right.
do
But,
kill them.
But they don't.
seriously,
They don't
right?
just kill them. It's
Um,
it's ridiculous. It's total propaganda. Look,
like,
they
okay, they're not going to do it on public television, no. But
No.
what the women were telling me, was like, let's say for instance, like your brother is suspected to be gay. This is one of the stories I heard. Somebody's brother was suspected of being gay. Okay, so what they did was they put a couple women with him to see how he would react.
Look,
Trying to go from
guys.
there. Okay, what's up?
go ahead.
All right. So, like, to try to see if he would react to him or see if, like he'd come on to him. He didn't come on to any of them. Dude, he just disappeared. He just vanished.
It's a ghost.
All right. Like it's not a law. You're right. He didn't say we're going to put people in jail, but he basically told everyone open game.
Okay.
I mean, dude,
I know.
All right. So,
Okay,
like,
you're saying this stuff, but
my point is,
I'm dropping some reality in the chat right now. There are websites about gay clubs and gay hotels that you can go to. I just dropped a link in the freaking website. Travel Gay Destination Gay Russia.
Why do we care?
I know. I'm just putting that in there because gays are openly gay in Russia. You guys are getting some bad intel. Okay, that's all there is to it. There's a ton of openly gay people in
losing
Russia.
viewers, guys. We gotta stop on this subject. All right.
We're losing viewers.
Okay, sorry. Let's.
Sorry,
There
not
are
sorry.
a ton of straight people
yeah.
in Russia that are getting
Man.
persecuted.
Throw them some red meat, boy. They'll go after
American
it every
Boy says
time.
I had a coworker who claimed she was a Russian mail order bride. She may have been, but she was a bit old. She smelled like vodka and garlic. Not a stereotype, but true.
Okay.
James Hayes says at one time Russia was a cesspit of social misery. I don't know about current times. Do know that they really do throw gay people off the
Eric, you're
rooftops.
hardcore.
Really?
Eric, you're hardcore.
In
Our Mike is
Minecraft.
playing Vacation soon. like
Yeah.
Amit Rana.
Amit Rina.
You know,
Well, who's Amit Rina?
he's the guy in the chats on a lot of these channels. He comes on.
I've never seen him.
Amit. Because he's on a
But
Vix
All
Hey,
he
no,
no,
wants to push an agenda.
but
Yeah, I
Eric,
mean,
you know,
look, Putin is just
Something to
saying
do
we're not
with
going
organ
with
hardware.
the West's,
understood.
you know,
But
alphabet soup agenda. That's
understood,
all there is
but-
to it.
but all I was saying in my video that I made though that got me shadow banned was that we should have released the Marine and fuck Brittany Griner. It's pretty basic.
Right.
I was
Yeah,
I was-
yeah.
I was
Right.
I would agree
And-
with that.
Agreed.
and
Yeah.
ever since that's happened, Eric even said in the chat, and I've gone to other people's channels on their computers, on their phones. A lot of the people that are my viewers, they're not even getting notifications. Like I will make a
Mm.
video and I don't get a notification.
Right.
Like and I've been testing it to try to
I
see the
got one.
algorithm. You know,
I did see
But-
that video.
Yeah, you know, it's really funny too. Is that the guy? You know, okay, you know the guy that they released and sent back to Russia. They call the Merchant of Death. It's so funny. You know what Merchant of Death is? He's an arms dealer. You know
Right.
how many merchants of death there are on the face of the earth? Not only that,
Several.
but he
They
he
based
did
the movie off
he-
of him, Mike.
right,
That's
he
how
also-
infamous he is.
he made but you know what?
Meanwhile,
Rex?
Biden
he
is
made-
trying to take our guns away.
Yeah, you know what that guy, that same guy, Victor Bout, whatever his name is, he made over 1,000 missions for the United States in Syria. Do you guys know this? Are you aware of this? The same guy that we released that was the Merchant of Death, he worked with the CIA. He worked with the U.S. military.
I'm sure he did.
It's
I'm sure he
hilarious.
did.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it's
inevitable.
like the corruption that we are dealing with now
Right.
is
Yeah,
off the scale.
you're
It
right.
is
We're not
off
dealing
the
with it, though,
freaking
Mike.
Scale.
Well, I mean, we're paying for it, but we're
Well,
not
oh,
dealing
that's
with it.
that's when you're paying for it, Rex. You're dealing with it.
Yeah. Well,
because
what can
we're
we do
paying
about
for
it?
With nothing.
Vote them out.
Actually, can't
We
really
talk-
do anything
We
about
can
it.
talk about it and get Apex shadow banned too. That'd be cool.
But
Yeah,
we're
I
not-
want to get shadow banned. Thank you.
okay.
Very
All right.
little.
Well,
Yeah,
let's talk
Vince
about.
is on his own with that
Hey,
one.
Vincent, let's talk about Avatar. Let's get back
Tell you
to
what, guys,
Avatar.
let's
That's our
talk about-
go-to word.
I want to actually display some art. By the way, so
Okay.
art
Let's do it.
section of
All right.
this show. All right, I've showed this to Shadowhawk. If Shadowhawk, if you're still here in the audience,
He may have went to bed because, well, maybe not. It's the weekend.
this
Woo!
original Shadowhawk piece I did in 1994, based off the designs of Jim Valentino. Thank you, Jim
Mhm.
Valentino, for the
Uh-huh.
reference.
Is
I
that an
colored this-
original?
Yeah, it's original.
Okay.
Yeah, see, here's a little bit of
Oh yeah, yeah. Bleed
sketching in
through.
the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, bleed through. I colored this today.
Is that what you've been
There you go.
working on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Shadowhawk in
Oh,
color.
Shadowhawk says nice.
Yeah, thank you. So I could be auctioning this off soon. So
Dude,
some,
I lo-
maybe
I-
Vic's,
I love Shadowhawk. man.
Vic's channel, or possibly if Vic's gonna have an auction, I'd come on here.
Just
Oh,
out of
so-
curiosity, how much did they spend on the Avatar movie to get it made?
$2 billion. He said earlier.
Close
$2
to $2
billion?
Mhm.
billion.
$2 billion?
It's gonna
They're
be a
not going to
lot.
make their money back.
No,
They're
no,
not.
no.
There's no way.
It will be the largest flop in history. Hands down.
Yeah, it made 53 million opening Friday. Huh?
What
On Friday.
studio made it, Vincent? What studio made it?
I don't know. But it was. I don't know.
It's a
Fox,
blue ink column with the
Universal.
black over the pencil. Yeah, I inked it first and then I colored it.
Google
So, yeah.
the first one. It'll be the same one. Who made the first one?
I think it made. I don't know if it's Paramount or I forget what
see.
company.
Oh,
did it.
Yeah.
Paramount's going to go down, man.
And don't use Google. Use DuckDuckGo.
Forget
guys.
$2 billion. My gosh.
But okay, getting back to Shadowhawk artwork. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
All right. So this is original. It's a little bit less than an 11 by 17, right? But what I did here, this was a print. I extended it. I extended the lines out so it could bleed further. I put more ink on it, on the lines and the outside, and then to the top and bottom. So that's why this piece is larger than the original. So there you go. Here's the original, and here's the original colors.
Yeah, you put a moon in there. This
Put a
time.
moon in. Exactly. Put a moon in it.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good work. I mean, he's
Yeah,
great
that's
with the
some ni-
markers.
that is
Look how
nice
clean
work,
that
bro.
is for markers.
That is all marker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apex? God damn.
I'm telling
Thank
you,
you.
there's no
Well done,
choppiness,
sir.
you know?
So
He's
I could
pretty
possibly
good with the
color.
markers.
I could probably
20th
color some of Rex's stuff if he wants me to. So yeah,
20th century, Rex.
20th century. Boy, that's going to hurt them bad.
All right, there we go. Let's get back to the rest of the panel.
I
and
love
let's
it.
get back to the chat.
Rex,
I'm
I do
excited
have
about
a question.
Warhammer Henry Cavill, Serious Amazon. Oh, this
I have an answer, my friend.
Am I ever going to see my Devil Flyer comic book?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
when you have some respect for my film
they're
industry.
arranging the pages right now, and we're going to print.
Oh, that's good news.
I added a
Great news, my
bookmark,
good
and
man.
they're also doing the trading cards.
Oh, excellent.
So I've
Oh my
selected
God.
all the paper stock,
panel.
and we laid it out, and they're working on it. So, yep, it's coming.
Yeah,
That's
right.
brilliant. That's brilliant.
As soon as it comes in, of course, they're right down the street. That means I can start.
I had $2
fulfilling
billion to
that
spend.
same day.
Make a film. I want to make a new Star Wars film that
Retcons all the Disney.
Disney.
Shit. Yeah.
I have to make
Amen,
a-
brother. Good
After
spending.
you, after you read the chat, I got to make a public apology.
Okay. Avatar 2 destroyed of the 20th century, Fox. Yeah. They retconned themselves already. And I would hire my YouTube friends to help me write. Oh, that'd be great. Sam says autocorrect is evil. You're right. Thank you for your contribution, by the way, Tatsu Sama. Much appreciated.
Build me
God
the
bless you.
Death Star. Be sure to use
Vader, build me another Death Star. Sure, Urso's floor plants. Get that thermal exhaust hole in there, Vader.
Jesus.
The chat is awesome. God bless the mighty
How about
chat.
that
Yeah.
apology video?
Thank you.
The chat
Thank
is
you,
on
everybody.
fire, man.
Yeah, the
I
chat's
love the
good,
chat.
man. The chat's always good.
Smartest
Without-
chat in YouTube. Thank you.
Without-
Well, except for mine.
Without
I mean, I love
You have
your
great
chat.
too.
Nathan.
I love your chat too.
without
I like
the
Rex's chat.
without the
That's-
chat, man, we don't have a show. We don't have a show.
You're right.
without
We
the
don't
chat.
have a show.
True. We have no
So,
viewers.
God bless
Oh,
you,
all right.
chat.
So when I'm a huge, for any of you guys that have heard me do this before, this little stick, okay, I am a massively huge Witcher fan. Like, to say
what?
that I'm a Witcher fan, I'm a
Witcher.
massively huge
The
Witcher
Witcher.
fan. Okay.
All
The video games, the books, I even have like special figures that are incredibly rare because I collect figures of Witcher. And I was so pissed. I was, this was before I kind of woke up with the whole woke agenda and the PC agenda in movies and shit.
Maybe.
So when the first season of Witcher came out, I was like, yay, and I was so mad. I mean, I was furious, and I really enjoyed Cavill as Superman in the first Superman movie he made. It's one of my favorite superhero movies. Okay, and I can still watch it and enjoy it. I like it, and so I was really mad at him. Like, seriously.
Was that Man of Steel?
Man of Steel?
Yeah, I believe so. Right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
With remember it had the cool hexagon for the outfits and everything.
Oh yeah.
So I was super mad at him. I was like, I didn't want to watch any of his movies, and actually that turned me off from watching him in anything because he played, such an epic character. And but what I heard about yesterday, and he quit Witcher because he got so pissed off about the source material, and then I found out that he's a geek and he's a gamer and he's one of us. Okay, air quotes because we don't know the guy personally, but
Right.
And now he's talking about producing and making Warhammer himself. Oh my God. I was
That's
like,
cool. Oh yeah.
I was like, I mean, personally, I'd like to see him redo Resident Evil as Leon Kennedy. That's just me because, they've never given Leon ever his due in Resident Evil and anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, wouldn't that be cool if Henry Cavill just makes his own branch of movies and shit for games and for comic books? That would be pretty badass, dude.
I would.
Or I would even take him instead of Leon. I'd take him as Chris Redfield. I think he'd be a better Chris Redfield than a Leon. But anyways. So Cavill, if you ever see this video, which I doubt that you ever will, but sorry, man, I called you out when I shouldn't have called you out, bro. My bad.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
He is.
Somebody
I mean,
who's
just
a
across
follower
the
of Henry
board.
Cavill, be sure to share this stream on the Twitter and let him know.
Yeah,
Get
no
right
shit,
on
right?
that.
But
Yeah. You
I don't know
big
if you guys
fuck.
are aware of this, but George Romero was supposed to make the first Resident Evil film.
Oh, that
It never happened, and then he
Wow.
died.
He died. I met
And,
George Romero.
You met him.
I met him at a
Damn.
convention in Nashville, 2007. Very
Nice.
nice gentleman. Signed
Wait,
a copy of
Wait,
Dawn of the Dead.
he died?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he died in what?
He's been dead for a
24
while.
2014. When did he die? I forget.
Maybe
It's
I'm thinking of
2012,
someone else.
maybe.
Yeah.
Who was it? Who was it that did Cabinet of Curiosities? That horrible
Oh,
thing that they
the
just
what?
dropped on Netflix. The Cabinet of Curiosities. Who
You're
did that?
roboting, Vincent. I can.
I heard him well.
The Cabinet of
Cabinet of Curiosities. Yeah.
Who was that?
Yeah. I don't
thought
know.
that, I thought that was
I don't
Romero.
know. It may have been Romero.
I mean, they have him on they have him on the movie. Like he's in it. He's fat and old with white hair. Are you sure he's dead?
Oh, your Romero's definitely.
Yeah,
dead.
he's-
Well,
He
then
was
it's
that
someone
way.
else. Okay,
He's a
then
great
I'm
guy.
thinking of two
Okay.
different names. Okay, I'm thinking of two different names then.
I had a friend of mine who
That's-
couldn't
come on.
attend a convention. He was at home and didn't have a ride there. I passed my phone to George Romero. Hey, man, my friend wants to talk to you. He was on the phone with my best friend who couldn't make it to the show.
Oh, that's
Talked to him
awesome.
For the past 5 to 7 minutes, man, on the phone.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
great.
so great. He said hello, and
great.
it just made his day, So God bless
Damn.
you, George A. Romero. If you're in heaven, God bless you, sir. Thank you for really all
Yeah, he
your
was a great
entertainment.
filmmaker. Great.
great.
I mean,
Such
God,
a gentleman. Yeah.
yeah, the horror, the whole horror cinema industry is kind of largely based upon Romero.
Yeah, right.
That's really it. I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, and it's like for better or worse, because you guys know, I
Mhm.
know you guys know this, the amount of bad zombie films that we have had to endure over the last 30 to 40 years.
Well, shit, The Walking Dead was a tragedy.
Oh God,
God,
it was a
man.
total
And
tragedy.
then,
Yeah.
and then
you
what?
know-
4 spin-offs, dude? Come on.
Oh my God.
It's too much.
Yeah, the reason why I started watching the Walking Dead, the original, like the first season, I watched the first season,
Hey,
and
man.
most of the second season was the fact that they shot it in Super 16 film. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
know this. It was
Or-
not shot on video; it was shot on film. And I am a big film. Like I love who's the guy Egger that did The Witch and The Lighthouse. I don't know if you guys ever saw those films. They're shot on film, and you can tell when you watch the films. There is a depth to celluloid, to shooting on film, that you do not get with digital.
Yeah,
And,
it's like vinyl versus CD. I got you.
Exactly. It is that tremendous of a difference. And so they were shooting Walking Dead on film, and I was like, yes, this is totally cool. And then I was like, okay, this is getting totally boring.
Okay,
And
all
I
right.
just
So-
stopped watching it. I just
So-
stopped
It
watching.
was. It had drama to it. It's so winded out. It's
Right.
so
Okay,
drawn out.
so
There's some good characters. I like Daryl Dixon. It's cool with the crossbow. and
Yes,
shit.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
exactly.
I'm
There
sorry.
were good
fuck
characters
Daryl.
and good
I'm sorry.
actors.
I'm sorry. Fuck
you
Daryl.
know?
Fuck Daryl in his ass. Stab him in the ear. That son of a bitch needs to die a horrible fucking death on a cross while I poke him with a stick and a feather in his ass. Okay.
I bet
Wow.
you're a Negan fan, weren't you?
Now was that Daryl Dixon was the actor that was in the
Yeah, that was what's his name? Norman Reedus. Yeah.
Norman Reedus.
He got his
Yeah.
He
What
got
was
his start on
what was
Boondock
that
Saints.
great film?
and
He was
Boondock
their
Saints
brother.
is good.
Boondock Saints,
That's
yeah.
good.
The
Good
It's
movie.
a great
Boondock
movie, you know?
Saints.
But dude, the character
Boondock
of
Saints,
Daryl
man.
does not exist. Okay, and they had to create
Not in the
this
comics,
character.
no.
Yeah, they had to create this character because because I get called a sexist and a racist and all this stuff and everything. But here's something you guys
Really?
don't know that have never read the comics. Okay, one of the
Doesn't
greatest
matter.
characters in the comic was Andrea. You stupid fucks. Okay,
Right.
Andrea
Right.
could take a dude out of 500 yards with a sniper rifle. You stupid dumbasses. All right. And
That's
like
producers.
and dude, and Andrea was like, I would love it whenever like they would go from like, you know, characters to characters and scenes to scenes in the black and white. Dude, Andrea was one of my favorite characters to read. She never did anything that wasn't badass, dude. Like everything that woman did was like fucking gold. She could have taken a shit and it would have come out in the shape of a fucking like statue of Jesus Christ, solid fucking 24 karat gold. Okay. Dude,
I
she was one
doubt
of the
that.
greatest characters. And in the show, she dies like a bitch, crying like a fucking asshole, and no one gives a shit.
It doesn't matter what we call you, Vincent. You're
Yeah,
Shadow Man.
wasn't okay. In the series, Daryl Dixon, he had a brother, right?
Yeah, he lost his
And
hand. Yeah,
He
lost
ends
his
up
hand.
killing
Yeah,
his brother, right?
Michael
That's the
Rooker.
whole.
Yeah.
That's like the
Ah.
end, right? And that was the whole. That wasn't that the
Do
main
it.
arc.
Do
They
it.
were just like trying to get to that point where he has to kill his brother.
Dude, there
And
was,
I'm
Yeah.
just like,
there was,
oh
there was
God,
so
please,
much
come on.
amazing
Stop
source
him now. I want to
material
see him throw up.
from Walking Dead. There was so much amazing, raw, untapped source material from The Walking Dead. Okay, and
Right.
they just didn't give a shit. They were
Yeah,
like,
well,
no.
but
you
they
know
do
what?
that all the time with the comic books.
This
They don't
was a
give a
great
fuck.
comic,
Unfortunately.
and
You
it
guys
sold
know this
millions
with
of copies.
It
Marvel
was.
and DC.
It started
They
as a
just-
comic.
Oh
my
they'll
God,
watch
they
it
just-
anyway. They'll watch it
I'd
anyway.
rather read the Walking Dead comics than I would watching the show. in my opinion.
Yes, and
Dude.
with almost every
Yeah.
freaking, you know what? You know how bad it is. The 1994 Roger Corman produced Fantastic Four is still the
Yeah.
best Fantastic Four
It
ever
is.
made,
Amen.
Really is.
and it's
Amen.
crap.
It's
Yeah.
really hard to say that.
And it was $1
It's
million
really hard to say
budget.
that.
And it was $1
Yeah.
million.
I'll do
I
you
like
one
Dr.
better.
Doom.
I'll do you one better. Do you remember the Captain America movie from the what was it? Early
Yes.
80s?
Yes, I
Oh,
do.
1990. Yeah, yeah.
I know.
But do
I-
you
at
know
least they're-
how? I have one
That was
question.
crap.
How
I like
did
it.
Captain America, bad cutting, here's bad editing. How did he get from frozen in the Arctic all of a sudden in America? I mean, just in one jump.
Hey, it was
Yeah.
1990, bro.
No
Come on.
explanation. It's just he's in the Arctic.
Yeah, I mean,
Why
And
is the
then
Red
he's in
Skull
America.
Italian in that movie?
Italiano. Hey, I'm a fascista.
It was
Come
so
on.
bad it released straight.
I'm a fascista.
awful,
Red
man.
Skull.
Yeah.
I'm a
Red
one
Skull.
spicy. I'm a one spicy
Spicy.
meatball.
Yes.
It released directly to
That's how bad
Here
it
we
was.
go.
uh-oh.
He's
Oh,
got it.
that's-
He's gonna shave his head again.
You gonna
Hey.
shave your head?
Tatsu. This is an authentic kukri from Nepal. I had it made. Two brothers from their 4 generations of making Nepalese kukris. This is my.
Oh, nice.
I waited about 3 years to find one because I couldn't find a Nepalese. You see Nepal in there? See it?
Wow.
So I couldn't. Well, the problem is we're in America, and a Nepalese blacksmith is incredibly hard to find. So I had to wait until I went to one of the gun shows that I go to, because if you guys watch any of my channels, or if anybody that watches my channel, watching my videos, you guys know that I'm a weapons nut.
Yeah.
So one of the weapons I was wanted and never could find was a kukri.
Yeah, and who are those? Who are the guys that use those weapons? They were like incredibly. I mean, they were totally trained to use those specific types of.
The Nepalese have a Nepalese soldier, but here's something a lot of people don't know. Every man, when he becomes a man, gets a kukri. Okay. And
I want to say like they were the Shirkas or something.
there
There
were
were
Sherpas. I was getting there.
the
yeah.
Sherpas.
Yeah, the Sherpas. But here's the thing:
There we
Sherpas aren't just supposed to be. They're not really warriors. Sherpas are kind of like an all-around guy. There would be our version
Oh.
of a Renaissance man. Okay, so
Okay.
like they don't just guide you. They know how to survive. They know how to fight. I mean, dude, Sherpas could take a village, man. I mean, they were
Yeah.
just bad motherfuckers, dude. But the cool thing about the kukri is the kukri can do everything, man. You can skin, gut, freaking, because the kukri comes with 2 little knives. If you see
Hey,
them right
Super
here.
Spurg.
on the
Yeah,
back.
that's
Super
crazy.
Spurg. What's up? What's
That
up,
is
Super
crazy.
Spurg?
It's just it's a
All right,
survival tool.
Supersburg on the
It's
scene.
it's
Hello.
okay. Like, see, like, okay,
The
but
Gurkhas.
Yeah. Okay.
Gurkha.
Remember these dudes
God
take
damn
down. These dudes take down like their animals, their kills with this, right? And then they're out in the middle of nowhere on top of a mountain and shit. And then they cut up the animals with the knives that they carry on them, because it's basically you're out in the middle of the wilderness, right? And
Right.
I mean, dude, look at this fucking weapon, dude. Now mine is
Shave your
not
head
the
with that.
biggest. It's not the biggest one you can get, okay, but it's definitely one of the bigger because I
Hey,
bought
Super
mine for a
Spurg.
specific reason. So Super Spurg's one of my guys. So welcome him,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
He's really
Hey,
cool.
Super Spark. He's a cool
He's
guy. Yeah.
he's a badass motherfucker, man.
That's
I'd
Um,
like
right.
to know that reason, but you
Yeah,
Thank
probably
you,
have
all
to
you
kill me
badass
to tell me.
motherfuckers coming on my channel tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, and somebody was saying that I was based earlier. Guys, I don't know what base really means. I hear people say all the time. Dude, all I'm doing is spitting facts. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
you
shit
are.
that everyone fucking knows, man. Like, okay, Eric made a really
Yeah,
good
one of
point.
those too.
Eric made a really good point a minute ago. We skipped right over it. Dude, the Superman
What's
movie
that?
that I like, The Man of Steel,
Mhm.
technically it was not a real version of Superman. They've never really done Superman right, except for like maybe back in the 80s, right? With what's his name?
Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Reeve. The first
Yeah.
Superman. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
that was great,
Okay.
man.
That
I
was
love
amazing.
that.
80.
So, but
Oh, thank you.
but
for-
we're never going to get the real Wolverine. We're never going to get the real Hulk. We're never going to see the real Iron Man. Dude, look at what they did to Iron Man's greatest enemies in his movies.
Yes. Look what
And
they did to
Andrew
the,
was awful. I was pissed, man.
look what they did to the Black
Marvel.
Panther.
I mean, my God.
Like,
Even-
read
That's
the
what they did to
original.
Namor.
Yeah,
Oh.
read
Ro-
the
it's
original.
Ramon. Not
The late
Namor.
'70s Kirby,
My-
Stan
my
Lee,
name is
freaking,
Namor.
South America,
Black
not the South
Panther
Mexico.
comic books. They just totally screwed up the Black
Namor, that's the
Panther.
fish
I was
talking
Who was
like,
I?
what the hell?
Who was
You
I
know?
on with? I was on with someone, and they were like, "Well, black people haven't ever been properly represented in comic books," and I was like, "Shadowhawk was black.
Cage.
Shadowhawk was gay.
Luke
and
Cage.
he died
Falcon,
from
Blade.
AIDS.
Blade, man.
What
Like
the fuck?
Goliath?
Blade.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, it's but then you get the argument about the women representation, and okay.
Wonder Woman. Black
I mean,
Widow.
How
you have
about an
to-
all-female X-Men team in the 80s?
Yeah, there were, amazingly enough, in the
All women.
1940s, during the golden
Yeah.
age, there were a lot of female superheroes
There
Yeah.
were.
that people never heard of.
Miss
Hey,
You
Fury.
know?
You know,
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Oh
this.
yeah,
I'll
man.
tell you
Phantom
this.
Lady.
Phantom
Phantom
Lady,
Lady.
yes.
Apex,
Show.
Apex, do we
Yeah.
have to catch up
Oh,
with the
yes.
chat, bro? I think
I'm
we
sorry,
do.
what?
I think we have to catch up with the chat. We're getting left behind.
Oh,
we are getting.
Welcome
Forget that
to Apex's 30-hour stream.
It's a marathon stream, Apex.
Only
We're in it.
28, only 27 and a half hours to go.
Hey,
Oh,
okay,
my
but seriously though, okay, here's something, and because I get to imagine this, I get into arguments with a lot of feminists, okay, and I'm not
Okay.
talking about feminists that were looking for equal rights in the 60s and 70s. I'm talking about the multicolored haired, short, fat, ugly. I would never touch you with a 10-foot pole. I want to kill anything that comes inside of my stomach because it's my choice, my body. Those type man-hating lesbian feminists, okay? And
That's my mother. Don't talk about her like that.
sorry, your mom's that way. So, like, their argument is always like, "Well, women have been oppressed forever," and I'm like, "Have you ever seen a Friday the 13th?" And they'll just look at me kind of weird because they have no
Right.
idea where I'm going.
Yeah,
They have no
they
idea
even
where
made
I'm
it
going.
to 20.
All right,
1978.
and I'm like, so do you know what Friday the 13th is? No.
No.
Okay. All right. Have you ever heard of a movie called Nightmare on Elm Street? And I'm like, yeah, that's the guy with the knives, right? And I go, yeah. Who beats his ass in every fucking movie? Wait, it's a chick with a fucking hammer. Holy shit, Pelosi's in the fucking house. Okay? Like in every single slasher flick, even Texas Chainsaw Massacre, except for one Jason Voorhees movie, okay, and one Halloween movie with an alternate ending, a woman beats every single slasher. Fuck. And
Yeah,
Jason,
and Hellraiser.
Hell-
Hellraiser.
Okay.
The woman is the female protagonist.
Thank
I
you.
mean, she
Thank you.
basically wins. You
Dude,
know, I mean,
and-
she's the one that defeats. You know.
Yeah,
the-
and, she beats
Agreed,
Finn.
James
She figures out
Hayes.
how to beat him. And
Yes.
in Jason 3, she hangs him, splits his head with a fucking axe, and then puts rocks inside of his stomach in an alternate ending and buries him in the bottom of the fucking lake, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, where's
You
the
what's
sexism?
really
dude?
funny about it, now that you mention it,
Right?
it's like, look at Wishmaster. You guys ever see those films?
Oh,
Wishmaster.
Great
man.
films. The
Crazy.
original films
Yeah.
with Andrew Divoff as
Mhm.
the Wishmaster.
Yeah, he's
It's
good.
it's the woman that defeats him with his own logic for
Yeah.
making a wish.
Mm-hmm.
She makes the wish that, of course, that the guy had never had the
Shadow
accident,
hockey bastard.
and that never happened, and it sends him back into his gem, to be trapped. And so it's a woman that defeats the Wishmaster.
Yeah, it's a
You
woman.
know,
that
so-
teaches her.
And these weren't like, and we're not seeing these movies and going, oh my God, it's a feminist. No,
Agreed,
it was just
Tattoo.
like, this is a
Yeah.
strong character that defeats the evil genie,
Yes.
the djinn
Yeah.
in Wishmaster. There was never any other thought about it in my mind when I originally saw that film in the 80s. I was just like, oh, this is really cool. This happens and he gets defeated. Now it's like identity politics.
It is. It's all identity
ba-
politics.
That's
I mean,
basically what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, and Super Spurg, okay, Super Spurg's making a totally freaking true statement. You remember, you guys said Blade earlier, right?
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember when the Blade movie came out? I was in the Marines, okay? But do you remember when the Blade movie came out? Dude, did anybody go, well, we can't
Yeah, right.
watch this movie. We can't watch this movie because he's a black guy and I don't like black superheroes. Fuck no. Dude, we
Yeah.
were like, damn, Weapons of Snipes is a bad motherfucker. That's all we were doing.
I watched it
Yeah,
in the movie
and
theater.
you know what? If Blade,
Barack Hussein Obama.
Blade was a crap
Right.
movie, I would have said it's a crap movie. But it was a great movie.
Yeah,
And
it
it
was
was
good.
good. They
It
really
was
did
awesome.
it
Oh
well.
my god, it
but-
was awesome, dude. The
And I
opening
never thought
scene-
for 1 second, oh
the
my
opening
God, this
scene,
is a
dude.
black character.
Yeah,
I
none of
just
us did. No.
never entered my mind.
We
you know,
elected a
right?
black president. You sure he stirred everything up, the racism and everything, but we
Oh,
still
totally.
elected him.
Well, that was that was the beginning of identity
Yeah.
politics. So
Yeah, it was.
you know,
Spawn. Spawn.
Spawn.
Okay.
Yep.
Spawn.
Savage Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay? Dude, what the fuck is wrong with these people? And here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's-
How about-
They don't do research.
You
yeah,
don't
it-
fit
How
the
about
narrative,
all
Vincent.
the Bruce.
Anytime
You
you
don't
face
fit the
logic
narrative.
with these guys, they can't face it. They get mad, they scream, they yell, they piss their pants, or they shit in their hand and they throw it like fucking monkeys in Neanderthals. These people don't actually have a real argument. If you hear any of them, well, there's like
Okay.
517
So why should we care?
genders. There are 517 genders, and well, anyone
Yeah.
can be anything.
It's not about that.
Dude,
It's
but
not about
you
that,
ask
Vincent.
him, but you ask him to name 3 countries. The next time one of these motherfuckers starts spouting off about fucking gender and shit, tell them to name 3 countries that are not the United States of America. They're gonna
I'm
look at you
not
and go,
arguing with children that should be spanked and sent to the room.
dude. Okay,
Well-
I'm not disagreeing with you, Rex. I'm just saying, like they're doing this to us through our pop culture. They're doing
Sure.
this to us
Yeah.
through the things that we grew up with, through the stuff that we fell in
Oh,
love
yeah.
with.
Like
Right.
Spawn.
You know? So,
But of course, when you have a vice president that's like, Ukraine is a small country that's next to a large country. That's exactly what she freaking said when she was trying to explain
Not
Russia
surprised.
and Ukraine. I was just like,
Apex,
my
did you see
God,
what him put?
We're totally
Did you
screwed.
see what him put? She up
Uh,
at the top. Did you see what she put? She said, "I can't stand today's feminism, and I'm a feminist."
Right.
Oh wow,
Okay.
There we go.
that's saying something, Hen. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is saying.
Dude, that's
Thanks
great.
for
Yeah, I mean,
comment.
And it's like Bruce Lee. We all
Yeah.
thought Bruce Lee was the greatest badass that ever
Oh, yeah.
lived, and he was real. That guy was not
Right.
bullshit. He was not an act. And it was never. I never thought for a second. Yeah, he's a really great Asian guy.
Yeah.
No, he
No.
was just a
Mm-mm.
fucking. He was the
Dude.
dude.
He was the
just like,
highest paid actor in
incredible.
Hollywood at one time.
Yeah.
It was.
He was okay. He's the
and
only
deservedly
minority.
So.
Yeah, he was the only minority in history.
Oh yeah.
In history
Good.
that became the main character as a sidekick on a show.
Yeah,
Ding,
there you go.
ding.
Green Hornet.
Freaking Green Hornet, man.
Kato, baby.
But we're rooted in racism, and I'm a racist.
I know
fuck,
exactly.
and,
I
you
just
know,
don't.
Okay,
I don't get it. It's kind of like
it's all shit, dude. It's all crap.
it's like Blackula. The black exploitation
Blackula's
films of
great.
the 70s.
yeah,
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 but
We're
I mean,
smart,
the
but they
black, I
they
mean,
were great.
yeah,
They were great.
but they,
and
a lot of
also-
them were made by blacks.
dude,
right.
The Fifth Element tattoo, that scene in the ship, dude. Oh my
How
god,
about-
dude.
How about Isaac Hayes' Shaft?
Isaac Hayes'
received-
Shaft,
man.
man.
He received. He received
Shaft is one mean
an
mother.
Academy
Roundtree,
Award
man.
for that.
Okay,
An
okay,
Academy Award for that music.
Yeah, all right.
But we're
all right.
racist.
Did.
Gotcha.
True story. This was before I knew about, and this was like 7 years ago. Okay, and I'd been going to this comic book store for, I don't know, 9 years. Okay, ever since I moved to this area, and I just gotten a couple of really good paychecks. I think I had the highest paying job I'd ever had before. This is like 15 years ago.
That's great.
And so I was, what do I want to buy myself to treat myself, right? So I go in, I'm getting some old X-Men comics. I got a couple figurines. I'm like a kid, man. I got all this shit in my
That's
hands.
great.
And I'm in a comic shop. I feel comfortable, dude. So the Preacher series had just dropped. Okay. And if anyone has seen any of my content, you know that is the greatest comic book that has ever lived. I will swear about that. When I die, I want to be buried with a signed copy of Preacher #1. Okay. And the series is shit. Okay. They destroyed every character. They destroyed every storyline. It's horrible. The series is absolutely atrocious. So I'm in the store and I'm like, hey guys, I just want to kind of talk to you guys, some other comic book guys. What do you think about Preacher? And I was looking around for Preacher comics, and I didn't see any Preacher comics. I went to the old back issues. There was no Preacher comics anywhere. Okay. And I was like, hey guys, so what do you think of Preacher? How do you feel about it? And they were like, oh, we think it's a great show. Like, we, using plural terms. And I was like, so how do you feel about them changing the story and changing the characters? The moment I said changing the characters, the very first thing they said was, well, if you think Tulip O'Hara should be white, then you're a racist.
Whoa, in the comic shop?
Yeah. And I was like,
Damn.
I was like,
the
dude,
hell?
I didn't say anything about Tulip. I mean, I
No.
wasn't even thinking about Tulip, but
No.
he made a very good point. I was like, well, Tulip was white and blonde with blue eyes. So
Right. She
I
was in the
mean,
comics, yeah.
I mean, if you want to pull tax, I wasn't really going towards Tulip, although her character is horrible. But in the show, not in the comic. But I was actually talking about Jesse and his best friend. Okay. And when him and Cassidy are introduced in the show, they're nothing like their characters in the comic, dude. Jesse was an honorable stand-up guy. I mean, he literally, dude, Jesse would never kill an innocent. Jesse would never do anything like that. Okay. Jesse was like, his father's saying to him was, you can't be a bad guy because there's too many of them in the world. You got to be one of the good guys. Okay. That was like his father's dying like thing to him. Okay. So that's where I was going with that. So they immediately attacked me for that. And I said, and my response to this, okay, sorry guys, it was a knee-jerk reaction. This is probably what got me kicked out and started the fight, was that I said, what, are you going to tell me that 6'4" freaking black Nick Fury, freaking Samuel L. Jackson is actually Nick Fury? Nick Fury was like 5'3". He was shorter than fucking Wolverine. He was white and built like a brick shithouse. And they were
He's
like,
actually taller.
I thought he was an inch shorter than Wolverine on the cards.
No, he's taller. He's like
Is he
close
taller?
to 6 foot. Yeah.
No.
Marvel Handbook.
dude. I can go get the card right now. He's like 5'4", 5'3". Seriously.
Oh, no,
He's
t-
super short.
a lot of-
Dude,
He
he's
has
short,
a
bro.
cardboard standee.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, I mean, like on the card, it says he's like 5'4", 5'3". Okay, so that's what it
that
says.
must have been a misprint.
Okay, all right.
David Hasselhoff is over 6 foot. He played Nick Fury in
Yeah,
the
I'm
TV
just-
movie.
Hey,
That's
that's him.
6'4".
Nick Fury's short, dude. Remember
Yeah.
whenever he was training with Frank Castle in Vietnam?
Yeah, right.
Frank Castle's like this.
Well, he's taller than Nick Fury. Yeah.
Which, you
Frank
know,
Castle's
really,
6'4".
Nick Fury and his Howling
Okay.
Commandos,
But
World War
anyways,
II.
So I said this to them, and that just That sent him into a fucking rage, dude. They were
Oh,
like, "You're a
God.
racist. You're a pig. Oh my god."
no.
They started calling me all the shit, dude. And you remember,
when was this, Vincent?
this was
How long
like,
ago?
This is why I don't agree with Gary on what he said the other day. Whenever I was on live, I was on live on Nerdrotic. Oh my god.
Yeah, you're right. Adolf Hitler was a good guy. Gotcha,
Let's
Captain.
see here. I would say probably 2012, 2013.
Wow.
Well, that's
Okay.
the beginning of the
Wow.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it was whenever that the first season of Preacher dropped is when it was. It was like right after the first episode. So, it
So
could have been
prior to
2014.
2015.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is
Okay.
before Trump even announced he was running for president.
Right.
This is way
Exactly. Yeah, it was
Okay.
kind
It's
of
about
getting
2000.
into that
So it's about 2014 maybe.
when all hell
2014,
really broke
It was
loose.
it was probably 2013, 2014. Anyways, so remember I have all the comics and everything in my hand, right? And they're screaming me to get out of the store. So I was like, can I buy my stuff and then leave? All right. And my girlfriend was over there checking out some of the comics. And she's
Yeah.
like, and we have a like a communication, me and her at that time. And
Yeah.
she knew whenever the Marine eyes go a certain way, she exits. Okay. So she leaves the store because she saw me give her the look. And I'm like, so you're not going to let me buy your shit? Is that what you're saying to me? And they're like, no, leave the fucking store. So I just dropped everything on the floor. I mean, I just released it. Okay. I didn't step on it, but I walked over it. And as I'm walking, I'm going to the door. I'm going to touch the door. I called him Baby Huey. He was like 6 foot, red hair, fat, like ginger. And
Right.
the cuck simp, his friend, the one that barely talked, he had like that 3-day beard, 4-day beard, short, very, very soft spoken, agreed with everything that the fucking Baby Huey guy said out of fear and didn't want to get fucked in the ass by him, I guess. And as I'm going to fucking touch the door, the Baby Huey guy's behind the counter and he goes, "And you can go fuck yourself."
So what a way to talk to a customer.
So there's
That's
a little
unreal.
switch. There's a little switch in the back of every Marine infantryman.
What's the name of this comic shop? I'll make sure I avoid it.
We're not going to dox people.
All
Wow.
right.
So
That's
all right,
what we
so-
do here on this
I
channel.
know, right?
yeah, that's right.
So like
The
the
doxing channel.
the Marine brain in me just kind of like stopped. So there's the open close sign. I turned it to closed, and I locked the door. And I turned around, and the dude just went. He was a pale ginger, anyways, and he just
Right.
went white. His friend ran to the back, and I'm very calm.
Your personal taste is in your ass.
I'm very calm. I walk up. He picks up the phone. He's like juggling the phone in his hand, and he dials 911. And he's on. The phone's ringing, and I lean over to him, and I just simply say, "I'm like, you are a very lucky man, because if I was any weaker, you would not be breathing right now." As I go to leave, you could hear the woman on the phone, and she's like, "This is 911. This is 911.
Hate crime.
This is your emergency. There's a guy in the store. He's gonna kill me. He's threatening me, dude." That's really what he was doing on the phone.
What
And
a little bitch.
and I say to her on the phone, I said, "Ma'am, I never threatened him. I'm leaving." Okay. And I heard her on the phone, and I said, "Ma'am, I was trying to buy," because it was recorded, it's a recorded line. I was trying to buy stuff. They didn't want to sell it to me. He told me to go fuck myself. I told him how I felt about that. And then I left. But that happened in like
Right.
2013, 2014, dude. Okay.
Oh my
So
God.
I mean, and here's the thing. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what woke was. I didn't know what Antifa was. I didn't know what BLM or fucking any of these hashtag fucking names was. Dude, to this day, I still don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Snapchat. I don't have Twitter. Okay. Like I'm about as fucking non-technical as you can get. The whole reason why I started the YouTube channel to begin with was to fight this fucking shit. Was to educate people and to show them that there is a completely different fucking side to this shit. There are people out there right now that still think Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3 random black people because he likes shooting random black people.
They're all
still
white
believe
guys.
Yeah, they're all white. But if you talk to 50% of the United States of America, they really do think he got off for
Sure.
shooting 3 black people because
Yeah.
they only
Right.
watch one side of the media. Dude, this is real shit, man. This is
Yes.
seriously shit. Like
Okay,
I wasn't.
well, jerk me off. What do you want? Shit.
I mean, like I wasn't joking. If you ask a random person below the age of like 25 to name 3 countries outside the United States of America that live in America, they probably can't do it.
No, because
Seriously.
education totally sucks now in our country, and I'm very fed up with that.
Yeah.
Read,
Yeah,
writing,
guy,
arithmetic, learn
just-
history,
hey,
learn
look,
geography, learn the
Just
computers.
watch a few Mark Dice videos or Fleckus when they go out in the street and they're talking to people and they pose these questions. You know,
Yeah.
they say like they'll even say like something like what country is China a part of?
Yeah, how many moons are there? How many moons are
You
there?
know,
How many
shit
moons
like
are
that.
there?
How many moons are there? Yeah, I mean, just things that are so absurd
God.
that your mind is like going, what?
And they can't answer it.
No. It's a
And then
poor
they'll say,
educators
well,
in our
actually,
country.
they'll answer it and they'll say China is a part of is a city in Japan.
All that proves is that their
That's what they'll say.
educational plan
Seriously.
is working. That's all it.
Yeah.
That's all it
Hey,
proves.
Right.
Hey,
Indoctrination is working.
James Hayes backed me up, by the way. If you read that, James Hayes backed me up. Just
where-
pointing that right there. Yeah.
Where's Jay May's statement?
I think we're really behind in the chat.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
really
we are,
glad.
man.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Lord.
No, I've been.
I don't think we're behind.
Oh,
in the
at this
chat.
point, they've worn out calling people racist. The term lost all meaning. They face
Yeah,
a political
sure.
agenda. Now it's just a
1930.
person someone doesn't support the SJW.
1930.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
1930,
mean,
huh?
I don't know. I mean, no, he was talking about Nick Fury being short and then growing tall.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Amanda Waller thing.
Well,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
when did Johnny Storm
Hang on. Let me grab
African American? Only in one movie.
What's he doing?
I'm not even going to touch that with the 10-foot pole because I
Oh,
could,
God.
and it would probably bring down the channel.
Don't bring down the
Sorry.
channel, please.
I'm not bringing it down.
No.
I'm not bringing it down.
Brought it
All
down
right.
when I came
Give me
on.
comic book characters. Superman.
Rex is getting uppity. He's getting a little testy.
Getting testy, aren't we?
Yes.
Ah.
Okay. So in any case, we've solved all of the universe's mysteries.
I think we have in this
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, I missed it.
Crazy.
Oh,
I've got
except
my
Except for
towel.
one thing, I'm just going to piss off everybody now and
When
say
was
that
Pluto discovered?
Dune
I answered
is
that.
the most stupid concept for a science fiction novel and film ever.
Oh,
let me
hell,
look
he's
this
got
up.
There it is.
receipts. He's got
Dune.
receipts.
All right.
Dune
He's
sucked.
got the card set.
All right. What does
Both
it say
as
about
a-
Nick
Hey,
Fury?
remember, I'm a huge collector of the cards and the figures and everything. My comic book collection got, well, I left it with my brother at the time, but he got addicted to drugs and sold my comic collection, including
Ouch.
the incredibly rare signed by Steve Dillon and Garth Ennis 1-4 series of Saint and Killers, which is now worth like over. What is it? Was it $900 now for the 4? And if they're
Oh,
I'm
autographed,
sorry. I'm sorry
Yeah.
for your loss. Was it a nice funeral?
it was okay. The way he said it was like this. He goes, "They're not worth that much. I sold them for $25 and half a thing of crack."
That's horrible.
Oh shit!
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hope he's
Yeah.
off the crack.
Yeah.
well, okay. So this card was
Focus.
printed in. Okay, this card was Hayes. Fact check on this though. This card was printed in 1990, and it says
Yeah.
he's 6 foot in 1990. The
Yeah.
comic book series with Nick Fury and Frank Castle in Vietnam.
Mhm.
Frank
Yeah.
Castle is 6'4", and Nick Fury is a foot shorter than him in the comic. So
That's inaccurate.
then so that's because that's where I get his height from. That's why I was wondering. Now Samuel Jackson is significantly taller than 6 foot though. So
Right.
and he's definitely not white. He's black. But
Right.
Now
You know
now,
they,
and-
they you know why they taught they chased him black. There's a movie.
Which-
There's this comic book series I think in the early 2000s called The Ultimates. It's like a different world from the Marvel world. They made and that one the Ultimates were the Avengers in that world.
Mhm.
And then Nick Fury in the Ultimates world was black and looked like Samuel L. Jackson. That's why Marvel chose Sam L. Jackson to play Nick Fury in all the Marvel movies because of that appearance of the Ultimates. That's why.
Weird.
Yeah, it's
because
weird.
because remember it's all about multiverse, right? Hey, blow
It's
me up on this.
multiverse, yeah.
You'll like this.
Yeah.
You'll like
Oh,
this.
okay. Let me see that.
So look at that one. You
I-
see that
I
one
have
right
this-
there?
Oh
I
yeah,
have the
look at
Stan-
that, old Stan.
Okay.
I have
now-
the
Right
stand
there,
card
man.
signed by Stan Lee, by the way.
Stan the man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have it
Damn,
signed.
Apex.
I don't have it signed, but check this out. Here's one. Here's one that might get you a little mahogany.
Score
This one-
Apex.
This one, and I got duplicates. I get duplicates of everything I try to.
That's awesome.
It's Spider-Man versus Green Goblin hologram from the very first series.
Is that
Oh my gosh.
obsessive
Well, now, wait a
compulsive
second.
behavior?
Oh, that's
We're not
the one. Okay.
seeing it.
You
Yeah.
might
that
want to
was-
get that card out. Show it better.
This,
because
this one is
yeah.
I saw the Silver Surfer, but
now
Drop it on
remember
the floor while you're at it. Yeah, there you
yeah,
go.
drop
It's-
it on the.
it's in a protective sleeve, Rex. Leave him alone.
I see it now. I'll see it
Green
better.
Goblin and
This
And
is
a Green
the
Goblin's
Spidey.
Oh
Spider-Man.
yeah, I see
yeah
it.
this is the ultra rare one. This is the one that's incredibly hard to find.
Yeah.
Is that Mark
yeah.
Mark Bagley art? Looks like Mark
No,
Bagley.
I don't think so.
probably doesn't say.
I don't think it'll. Well,
I
does
can
it
I can
have-
see his style. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. Shit, you guys are the fucking
I think it's
drawers here.
Bagley.
You educate me.
Show it up here. Show it again.
Here.
Spider-Man's incredibly hard to identify
Yeah.
sometimes.
Okay.
And the reason why, and the reason why I always get two Rex,
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
not a compulsive
great.
thing. Is I
Yeah.
put the one that's less mint inside the folder, and I put the one that is more mint inside the safe.
Oh, good choice.
It's a good
Investment.
way to
Yeah,
go.
I do the same thing. I was just ripping
Right.
on you.
Have you seen the ultra holograms, the ones that were that had no back, they had no writing on them, they were just the holograms, and they were incredibly fucking rare. The ones that came, I think it was from series 4? Is that right? They were
Maybe.
the man. It's been a while, but I've got them too in
Okay.
double. But
Awesome.
but no, like Nick Fury was. Remember, there's even comics.
All
didn't
talk,
have-
no show. Let's see them. Come on.
Like there's even comics. Would you shut up for a second, Chris? There's even comics that have showing Nick Fury being incredibly short. They called him the Runt in some of the comics. Okay,
Huh.
seriously.
Wow.
So
Interesting.
now I'm not disagreeing with you. Obviously, it says he's 6 foot there, and
Right.
you know Rex. Obviously, I'm joking though. You can interrupt me anytime you want to. But the only thing that I'm saying is that it's polar opposite to choose Samuel L. Jackson, you know, based off of some stupid what if. Look at what they did with Marvel Girl. Okay. I mean, or Captain Marvel. Okay. She's the most
Yeah.
hated female character in all of Marvel. Okay. They literally killed her and gave Rogue her powers, and we never get to see Rogue.
I want to see Rogue. The real
All right.
Rogue.
I want to see my freaking Steel Tulip, bro. I want to see her and the love story with Gambit. I want to see the real X-Men. Fuck the
Yeah.
Avengers, dude. The Avengers were weak sauce, white bread bullshit. Okay. I want to see the dark, gritty, fucking hardcore Professor Xavier with Colossus throwing the fucking speedball special with fucking Wolverine. That's what I want to fucking see, dude. I don't want to
Yeah.
see gay Juggernaut with Deadpool in that stupid movie with a lesbian that's so strong she can beat Colossus. Go fuck yourself, Marvel. All right. That is bullshit, dude. Okay. And that's another thing. We've never seen Juggernaut. These kids think Juggernaut's a little bitch that gets beat by some fake version of Silhouette. Okay. Like, I mean, what the fuck, dude? Like, there's no justice in the movies at all for us that are true Marvel fans. It just doesn't exist. So,
Yeah.
I'd like to see Henry Cavill play the Black Panther.
I want to see Henry Cavill play Captain Britain.
I think there's a winner there, right
Hey,
there.
Yeah.
He's got to use his British accent and claim that he's South African.
I don't think
Right.
they have a reverse,
know what
in that
you know what I
car.
should have You know what I should have said
It
to
only
the
goes
ginger?
one way.
You know what I should have said to the ginger baby Huey in the comic shop when he said Nick doesn't matter what color of skin Nick Fury plays.
Yeah.
I should have said, oh yeah, well then why don't they have some white dude ginger from fucking Connecticut play Black Panther? I bet
Right.
he would have
Why
lost
not?
his shit, dude.
Yes.
Why not?
I mean that's the
dude,
entire thing.
And a black Captain America. Why not a white Black Panther?
I mean,
And
okay,
the funniest
Yeah.
thing is that two white Jews from New York created Wakanda. They
Thank you.
created the Black Panther, Jack
Now, there's
Kirby and
irony
Stan
for you.
Lee.
yeah,
Yeah.
And they were never thinking,
Yeah, yes.
oh, we're gonna elevate black people with no. They were just like, this is totally cool, and we're gonna create these cool characters, and that's what
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
You know?
and
I mean, Jesus.
they're okay, and also something about the X-Men that just wasn't in the Avengers. Okay, and this is just I don't know if it was just because I grew up in the time of the X-Men or what, I don't know, but every character had like an opposite. Okay, I mean, like Juggernaut had a whole backstory of why he was a fucking Juggernaut, why his character was the way he was, and his relationship with Professor Xavier made the comic better. Shit, when I would do D&D campaigns, I would bring the X-Men in just to fuck with the characters, dude.
A Jargonaut is
Like
probably
seriously,
the most.
dude. Because go ahead. Sorry, Rex. What were you saying?
Well, Jargonaut is an anomaly within the X-Men books
He
because
is.
he's not a
Yes.
mutant,
Nope.
but he's probably the biggest villain, one of the biggest villains within the X-Men run,
Mm-mm.
and he's not a mutant.
He's not a
He's
mutant.
created
Yeah,
by the magic of Cyttorak.
but
Yeah.
hey, he still wouldn't fight Wolverine even after he lost his adamantium and didn't have his healing factor. Just pointing that out. He didn't want to fight him. He said, nah, you know what? I don't want to feel that kind of pain today.
Oh yeah, right.
You know what? The thing I think that Sam Raimi got right with Spider-Man.
Oh shit, Rex called
Is
me.
that
did.
in the first film, he started with the origins of Spider-Man. The way, I mean, like to the point where he's like fighting in the cage matches, to make money. And he's got the silly looking Spider-Man
Yeah.
suit that he made.
Now
And
there
it's
was
all-
a movie,
it-
remember,
It's
where
the
also-
humble beginnings, right?
Also, the X-Men movie was great. Just that one little bit where Magneto and Professor X try and recruit him to come in the X-Men, and they just
X-Men
walk in
First
there, and all he
Class.
says is
Right.
"fuck
Oh,
off."
right. Yeah.
It's great.
You're absolutely right.
And they just turn around and go. It's
Yeah,
like,
this
That's
is
probably my
something that
favorite
they-
X-Men movies right there. That X-Men First Class. That's my
Right.
favorite one. Yeah.
I think it's something that they've screwed up on a lot of these Marvel and DC universe
it's so
things is that
retro.
they don't
It
right.
is.
They don't go
Yeah.
back to the humble beginnings.
No, they don't. They don't go
don't.
back to the source material.
Right. And
Yeah.
that's what's really intriguing. I mean, it's like you start somewhere and then you get great. And I think Sam Raimi understood that.
Yeah,
He was like,
a
"Look,
fan.
this is
It takes fans to write this stuff for fans.
Yes, you've got to
Agreed.
be fans.
Because they're
You've
on
gotta
the
be a
same
fan.
wavelength, and that's why we'll never get what we want. So
Yeah.
why bitch about it? Why
Right,
bitch
exactly.
about
Yeah,
it?
I just don't watch
But
them.
we sit around for
ignore
2
'em, I
hours
don't
saying,
watch
"Well, what if this? What if that? What
That's
if we didn't
creative.
have this discussion
Yeah,
and we had
but
2 more hours left in our life?"
But the
Damn.
thing is, Rex, is that it did happen. It happened with Sam Raimi, and to a certain degree, it happened with the original Fantastic Four film, even though that it was kind of crap.
I
They
do
did go
agree
back
with
to
you.
they covered the origins. They're in the spaceship. They are exposed to the radiation and all that shit. And it is the origin story, right?
Mhm.
It's that
Apex,
they do
share
it
my
Yeah.
screen talking
They-
about
yeah.
retro.
do it
Let's
really
watch
low
the
budget.
trailer.
Very
let's
low
watch the
budget.
trailer of Retro.
This is
Yes,
Peter Palmetti's. You can go sign up.
Retro issue
I'll
one.
drop the link here momentarily, but let's watch the trailer.
Let's check it out, folks.
Hey everyone, this is Peter Palmiani of Human Art Studio, and today I'm going to show off my comic Retro.
All right. So the trailer is
Ah.
12 minutes and 42 seconds.
Holy
Okay,
Christ.
good lord.
I have not seen that. I thought it would be
It's
quicker
not a
than that.
trailer.
It's about
Uh,
a speedster,
I
but
think it's
I will drop the link and you can watch that trailer. Sorry about
All
that,
right.
Apex. I didn't realize it was so
That's
freaking
okay.
long.
Uh,
That's
I think this show's kind of running a bit long enough. Let me go catch up with the chat. Let me go. Remember
Yeah, I mean,
this,
I can't believe it's already 4 o'clock, Apex.
Oh, it is okay.
My
Well,
God.
see, that's the whole thing with all the superhero movies. There are tons of available source material with the comics, but nope, they have to
Yep.
change everything. You're right, Eric. Catch Fitty says, quick, type more things before Vince Seals gets back to reading Modesty Blaze in the can. All right. So, you got another one to add? Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
Should have took that down, or you should have.
That's okay.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
back
you know what?
from reading
Regardless of what you think
Modesty
about
Blaze
for
in the can.
the
What is that? What is
Watchmen
that? What does he mean
and
by that?
what was
Oh, shit.
Kick
Did I-
Ass?
Oh, I didn't mean to do that, Rex. Sorry.
Oops, you bounced
Rex, you
him.
got kitchen, dude. That's so
No, I actually, I thought it was his link or whatever. I didn't mean to kick Rex. Sorry, Rex. Come on back in.
I really liked the Watchmen and Kick Ass because they kept to the original source material and they didn't fuck around. They just they actually did
We got.
they made the comic books, you know.
Yeah, they did. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Rex.
I bounced
See,
myself. Or
and look, you
Oh,
see, there's nothing on the back. See, the
Yeah.
card
yeah, on the
Oh,
back.
right.
there's nothing on
Those
the
are-
back.
Whoa.
And these and these are super rare. Okay, I think
and
it
what
was
is
like
that?
this
What
is
that?
from I think the 5th series of the X-Men cards or the
Uh-huh.
Marvel cards. All right, and there's this one is they're really hard to see without light on it. This one is
I
War
think
Machine.
if you take it out of the sleeve.
I'm not taking this out of the sleeve.
No, I wouldn't.
Freaking this is War Machine. Okay.
All right.
And like I said, I double up on everything. So here's the other one, but I won't put these inside of the folders. They're too expensive.
All right.
That
So
one
what?
is-
What? Define expensive, Vincent.
Um,
If you can find them.
depending on the seller, some of them go for as low as 65. Some of them go for as high as 115. There is a Venom versus Spider-Man from Series 4. I've got it over there. I've got to dig through the shelf to
Wow.
find it. But it goes for depending on there's 2 versions. There's one version that's 165, and there's another version that's like 600. Okay. So here's Silver. Is that Silver Surfer? Yes. Let's see here. Yeah, that's Silver Surfer. Okay. And the expensive one, most of the time,
Sh-
the
Can you
expensive
show that
one-
again? You show
Yeah.
that again? Okay.
Most of the time, the expensive ones were always
Oh,
Spider-Man
yeah.
or
That's nice.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Okay. They were always
Yeah.
Spider-Man or Wolverine or some version of Spider-Man versus someone.
I
And
had
here's-
some of those. Yeah.
here's-
where they
here's
were
what-
blank on the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's Wolverine.
That's right.
Yeah, Watchmen was close to the comics. You're right. It was
Yeah.
pretty-
Yeah,
Eric
Watchmen,
is-
dude. Hey, Watchmen gets a lot of
is
flack.
absolutely correct.
They
Yeah.
do.
It does get a lot of flack, but they remained very faithful to the comic books.
They did.
This is
Yeah.
this is the most expensive one in this set right here. It's the Spider-Man. He was the hardest one to find.
Oh,
How
yeah.
much is that going for? Like 200?
I don't know. Now, when I bought it, I think it was 100, 105. I think I
Woo!
jewed him down to
Holy
105.
jeez.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
I've got a patch gnome from the gnome series from 511. I find weird, crazy shit. It's worth like I think 600 now, and it's just this little
Damn.
fucking. It's just this
Damn.
little fucking patch, dude. That's all it is. It's this little patch you stick on a bag, dude. Like no shit.
My
man.
God. $600.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking stupid. And people pay for that shit, man. One of them I call Como's Legacy because it's a gnome with a ventilator. And he's worth like 250 now. So if you remember, these are the common rares from
see that.
from Series 4. These were the common
Oh.
rares from Series 4.
That's
Oh,
Stripe.
And they-
That's
yeah.
James
Stripe.
Hayes will like that. That's his
Yeah.
character there.
And then and then
2009.
Doom, right? Oh.
yeah, and they're all either 2099 or a variation.
Tiger, what?
Tiger. What's it say? Tiger what?
Tiger Wild.
Tiger
Don't
Wild?
even know that character.
Never
What
heard
the-
of it.
Tiger Wild. What the? Is that an
Tiger said-
X-Men character?
I think it's criminal, like a Luke Cage
Criminal,
criminal.
yeah, it's a Venom. I mean, dude, he's pretty sick too. Look at his stats, man. He's a pretty sick
Oh.
character, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, pretty
Okay.
sick. So, oh, by the way, Captain Finity, you asked a long time ago on a chat when you and I were talking why I fall in line and why I'm hanging out with everybody. It's because I'm a total fucking geek. That's why. All right. Remember the specialist?
Swinging blue rope.
There.
Nice.
All right.
Wow.
Fucking
Obscure,
here's-
man.
Okay,
Obscure.
here's my favorite. Because I'm a huge fan, obviously, because of, for obvious reasons. But here's my favorite one out of all of them.
Punisher 2099.
Punisher
Yes.
2099, dude.
Punisher
Dude,
2099.
he shot a dude. Dude, if you remember, he shot a guy for littering. For littering.
Yeah.
For litter.
I mean,
Hey, man, that
Do you-
sounds like. Good
I think-
God.
I think maybe it had a Judge Dredd sensibility about it.
Yeah, he
also-
basically, he had some cool tech. Guys, check this one out though. This one is definitely the best one of the
Hey,
entire
Ice Queen.
bunch.
Bye.
not-
Ice
Is
Queen.
that Spider-Man
Hey,
2099? I
This
can't
is
tell.
Spider-Man 2099.
There
Oh,
we
let's
go.
see that. Oh.
Dude.
Yeah, yeah.
That is arguably probably the most vicious of all the Spider-Man, and also probably why people won't ever see him in the multiverse, because he's got too much male toxicity, man.
Botoxicity. Too much tea.
Well,
Yes,
they gotta get off that and get back to being real men and women. Damn it. Yeah.
What is
Who's
that?
that? Who's
Fear
that?
Master?
Fearmaster.
Never
Man,
heard
you
of
got
him.
some obscure ones.
Yeah.
Is that a Marvel character?
They made these
Dude,
rare.
I'm a
obscure-
collector, bro. Like, when are you gonna recognize the fucking
You're talking about the
motherfucker on the
20
screen, man?
That's
Jesus,
2099 characters. I'm not
Yeah,
too familiar with
Ravage,
this guy.
man.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying they went with
I've heard
for
Ravage.
some of these ultra rares or rare commons, whatever you call them.
Yeah.
They went with some of the obscure characters
Yeah, they were
that they were working.
they were trying to go. Remember when it came out, Rex? They were trying to go outside the box. Remember, they were
Yeah,
they
Yep.
had already done Magneto. They had done all this other stupid shit. So
right.
they were like, what can we do? And that was right about the time where Spawn was just fucking going nuts. So Marvel had to come
Yeah,
up
I
with
did
a
like it.
darker. They had to
It's
come
great.
up with more of a visceral fucking nature, dude. So they
Vulture
created these
2099. That'll do it.
Mhm.
Yes.
I know, right? Yeah, that's really gonna bring out the fucking crowd. Let me see if I can. Let me see.
I'm
if I
gonna
can,
hold my breath and wait
I-
for the movie.
Yeah. Let me.
Right.
Let me see if I
Sure.
can find Spider-Man
the
versus Venom. The Spider-Man versus Venom one that I have is the most expensive hologram that I own. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, that's cool. Spurg,
Yeah.
Super Spurg collects comics from different countries and stuff. Ah,
Dude,
there you go.
Hey,
Hey.
Super Spurg's a fucking hoss, bro.
I do
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
Super
definitely.
Spurg. I've got
Yeah.
some from Mexico.
gotta have you on
from
sometime.
France.
See your collection. That'll be
Hey,
fun.
From,
I have asked Super Spurg to come on probably 20 times, and he just sits back and
Here we go.
supports
this
in
out.
silence.
The very
That's nice.
Comics from
The very
different
first-
countries.
Oh, let's
Oh,
look
yeah.
at this video.
Metal Hurlant.
yeah. Now you
I
just
saw your
did
video.
you just
I
did a
like that
video
video.
on that, didn't you?
Yeah,
Mortimer?
that's nice.
Well, I'm
man.
going to be doing like 15 videos on heavy metal and Metal Hurlant.
Cool.
So is
Hey,
he,
Nice.
Thomas
Yeah.
Jane was
Check
in
this
the
out.
Awesome.
latest iteration, huh?
Dude, that's badass, bro.
This is issue number 9 from 1975.
That's
No,
awesome.
1976. Sorry.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah,
that has an
robot
underground feel to it.
eating ship.
Yeah.
There, rocket ship. But yeah, I'm getting. As a matter of fact, I'm expecting some Spanish language Metal Hurlant in the mail any day now, which should be really cool. It's the one language.
Oh,
the
I
other
do too,
language
Super
that
Spurg.
I
That's a good
read.
one.
Wow.
Yep.
Thank you, Eric, for
Thanks,
for
Eric. What a plug.
spreading the word. Hey,
Yeah.
God, I
He
I
will
just
be
got
an
a question.
influence
It
on
just
my inner man
escaped my-
character, Super Spurg.
Oh, really?
good Lord. It
The
escaped
new
my.
Spider-Verse movie looks like an epic Miles Morales isn't Spider-Man movie. Okay.
Maybe we
Didn't know
lost
that.
all of our names on our things.
Yeah,
don't
they're
know what
little
happened.
digest
Okay.
size. I
Now,
like
oh,
it.
there it goes. Oh, when you enlarge it like that, then the names come back.
What?
I got it.
Yeah, when I have
Yeah.
then it comes back. Magic of StreamYards, guys. There you go. All right.
Only
happened?
27 hours
I
to
don't know.
go.
No, God, no. I got it. I
Oh,
got
check. Well,
Are you
while
taking
we're-
your mother to church
check this
tomorrow
out.
or not?
here we go.
Maybe,
This
yes.
is a new
Maybe,
book
yes.
just came out
Oh, shoot, look how
2022.
thick that thing is.
Metal
Oh,
Hurlant. Yeah, this is 290 pages.
Whoa.
This is
Wow.
Metal Hurlant from 1975 to 1984.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they cover stuff like, for instance, of course, the great Dan
Oh,
O'Bannon.
wow. I thought that was a hardback, but it's not.
It's not The Long Tomorrow, which
Mm.
is Dan O'Bannon and Mobius.
Yeah, that's great.
Fantastic story, and they begin the book with it, which is appropriate. But they have a ton of people. Of course, Mobius, Dionne, Droulet, Bilal, Gal. You know, all of the greats that were part of the original Metal Hurlant, and then of
Metal
course
Hurlant.
they used almost exactly the same stuff for heavy metal in the early years. You know. And
You've
then, of
seen-
course, heavy metal started adding American artists and writers and
You've
stuff.
seen Metal with Thomas Jane in it, right?
I'm
that
sorry.
newer iteration of Metal Hurlant.
Oh, you mean Metal Hurlant? You mean
Yeah.
the Chronicles, that
Yeah.
series?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, boy, did that suck.
Yeah.
That was just so bad. It was just so low budget and kind of crap. You know, I really, Rex, I was looking forward to it, and I watched some. And here we go. This is issue number 2,
Oh, yeah.
1977, with that great Mobius cover.
Sweet.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Number 2.
Number 2,
Wow.
right there.
Damn. Nice
Nice.
queen at last.
Man,
Oh,
in and
check
around your
this out.
collection.
Now this is
Comics from France.
a later
They
issue
make
of
copies of the
Metal
comic
Hurlant,
books.
and it is Boland.
Oh,
Try
yeah.
Boland. Hell
There
yeah.
it
Oh,
is,
yeah.
man. It has
James
got.
Hayes has a question. It says, do they make copies of the comic in English, the Metal Hurlant?
They do not.
Oh.
It is basically what it is
Lord
that you've
Boland.
got to get heavy metal and find the early issues of heavy metal are almost identical to Metal Hurlant. So if you get the early issues, you're in good shape. Very
Oh, yeah.
soon after, like literally a couple of years after heavy metal debuted in 1977, they started like dropping certain stories and artists in
Yeah.
favor of getting like American artists and stuff in there. So
Right.
then the issues were not the same.
Sensibility change.
You're right.
You know, yeah.
Thanks, Eric, for coming by and visiting and putting
But
links in
man,
the
this
chat.
has
Good night,
got
Eric.
this
Bye,
has
Eric.
got like 22 pages of Brian Boland.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, just some amazing
Right.
Judge Dredd stuff. I was like, God, you know,
Oh, yeah, man.
totally. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Let me put that in there.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Black
Boland.
and white Brian Boland goodness.
Yeah,
Look
a
clean
lot of
and
that
beautiful
was
it
in
looks.
Quality Comics too, and Fleetway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they in
2000
other-
AD. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 2000 AD. There you go.
Or not just that, but you had Rogue Trooper, you had Stronum Dog, you had Judge Dredd, you
I
had a
would look
multitude of
A
characters.
ton. Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt about
Hey,
it.
Manticore. Morning.
Of course,
Manticore.
you had a lot of artists that we know from comics. We were talking Watchmen there a little bit. You had the artist from Watchmen, Dave Gibbons. You
Yeah.
had one that you just showed, right?
Yeah, Boland.
Brian Bolland.
Yep.
And I knew him from the very get go of like when he was doing Camelot 3000 in the early 80s.
That's great.
Yes.
12
and
issue. That may have been the
I-
very first 12 issue maxi series, what they call a maxi series.
Yeah, it
instead of
was.
a
I think it
miniseries.
was. Yeah.
Right.
You see.
And a lot of those artists came from the underground comics in the 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, a
Yeah.
perfect example is Richard Corbin. Den, which started off, man, he was in the first issue of Metal Hurlant in France. I mean, before it hit, in the United States with heavy
Alan
metal,
Davis, another
was
one.
Den.
Alan Davis
know?
has been all over the place.
Yeah, Von
DC
Bode,
and Marvel,
Bode.
but he was UK.
Sure.
How about Marvel had a whole UK line
Mm-hmm.
there for a minute in the early 90s. late
Yeah, I've
90s,
got
early
the, of course, Mobius did Silver Surfer.
Oh, that
I don't-
too. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
ever see those?
Yes.
They're fantastic.
I had them.
They are
Yes.
great
Yeah.
Silver Surfer issues. Unfortunately, only did 2 of them, but they're really, and Stan Lee wrote them. So it was just a great combination. I loved those. Absolutely amazing stuff. And I've been really getting more into heavy metal and
Vincent's is
metal.
back.
Hurlant.
We may continue.
Yeah. But I do love the that original stuff, because some of those artists really, it's like, man, you look at a lot of stuff today and it's really stale. It's very homogenized. A lot of shit looks the same.
I agree.
Because it's
That's
so computerized.
Are we going to
Yeah,
make the
just
rounds?
overly computerized.
Japanese
Apex?
and European comics are much more superior to comics right now. Axis win, no doubt.
Wouldn't
guys-
surprise me.
Kill them with Comicscape. That's what I say. Okay,
Well,
guys, it's late there. I'm just going to do the rounds. I want to thank everyone in the chat. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for being in the audience. Thanks for people watching replay. I'm going to go to each one of you guys, support your channels, and I'll start with Vincent DeLeon.
Oh, hey.
Oh, all right. As I look down, I came up with some of these, but all right. So Vincent De Leon, that's my channel, guys. For those of you that are tech savvy, I don't think I'm a mod, so I don't think I can drop my thing in there. But
Vincent,
check
you
me
can
out.
come on my show tomorrow and show those if you want.
Okay.
To.
All right.
Yeah.
If I'm awake, right?
If you're
but,
awake.
Guys, all I do on my channel, Super Spur can back.
Oh, there it is.
is.
I found it.
Found the link?
I-
Okay, go put it in the
Yeah,
chat.
I found your channel, Vincent. I just
All right.
subscribed.
Yeah,
Great.
it's Vincent De Leon. There's another guy, Vincent De Leon, that
Hey,
does
Caroline.
faces. Mine's the one
Right.
with the white V. So
Exactly. That was it.
yeah. All I do, guys, is I spit knowledge about what's going on around. I do movie reviews sometimes, but actually, mainly what I focus on is trying to motivate people, and I try to let them know that we're not alone and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. A lot of the problems that we have today is the fact that people don't talk to each other. We bicker, we argue, we fight because we have one thing that we don't like about each other, and then we can't possibly have a conversation. I don't believe in that bullshit.
Right.
I think that everybody should have an opinion, but I also think people should be respectful. And I don't think anyone should be shut up because they say something that people don't like. But that's all I got, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
All
thanks for
right.
letting me on your show, Apex. I appreciate it.
You bet. No problem, man. Subscribe to Vince DeLeon's channel. As thanks, James Hayes put that in the chat. Much appreciated. All right, Horror Mike.
Man, I don't know what I'm doing here. I was just like, cruising.
I think you were in
wait a
Bond.
second. Yeah. Good Lord. Yeah. Hey, look, guys, I have a channel, Horror Mike. I do a live show every Friday night and then Sunday at noon, the Horror Mike Nooner. And Friday nights, we talk about a lot of the latest films that Tubi, Canopy, Freevee, a lot of these channels have just added. And so that's something, if you're into, discovering new films. And when I say new films, I'm talking about typically 20th century, 60s, 70s, 80s, sci-fi, horror, exploitation films that have been added to these channels that you may want to check out. So that's Friday's show. Then Sunday, the Sunday Nooner, I cover all kinds of topics. For instance, tomorrow I will be getting into some really interesting aspects of the heavy metal animated film from 1981 with things that you probably have never seen before. So if you're interested, check it out. It will be, of course, noon Eastern Standard Time, and that is the Horror Mike channel, which
All
James
right.
Hayes has put on the screen there. Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
Hemorrhoidal Mike. What the? Oh, horror Mike.
Horror Mike.
Hey,
Good Lord,
hey guys,
man.
guys, thank you so much. I just went to 200 subscribers. Thank you.
Awesome.
Hallelujah.
All right.
Excellent.
Congratulations. Vincent.
Wow. How long have you had that, Vincent? The channel.
Today, no, yesterday was 2 months.
Wow, that's incredible, bro.
2
Is
months.
it?
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it
it is.
super sturdy.
Well,
Yes,
let's
a lot.
take a look
Come
at
on
it.
by.
Okay, I've got 262 subscribers,
Excellent.
and I'm coming up on a year.
That's really good.
And you've done it in 2
months.
months.
Okay, I was actually thinking that I sucked. So
No,
Right. Well, you're doing something right, bro.
yeah.
Say, Vincent, let me ask you a quick question. You had mentioned Nerdrotic earlier.
Mhm.
What, did you have a conversation with him, or have you
Yeah.
talked to him?
yeah, I told him he was wrong, but
Okay. And what was his response?
he laughed. I mean,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I mean, he was
Yeah.
wrong. I mean, it was cool.
Good
But
to see you,
he
citizen.
does these live spots for his members, and
Wow.
guys, Gary's a great guy. I mean, like, I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
watch him, but Gary's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And actually, the story goes to Midnight. I watched Midnight and Andre first, and then they actually, because I thought I was going fucking nuts, dude, watching the movies, and everyone around me was saying that the movies were great, and I'm like, these movies suck. So
Right.
and I watched Midnight. Then I got a link to Nerdrotic, and then it was just happenstance. I clicked the button to say get a free membership. I got a free membership to Nerdrotic, and then he had me on live. And the day that I went live was the day that I started my YouTube channel. And I mean, ever since then, I've just been basically, I mean, most of you have taught me, Rex, Apex, a lot of you guys, Mr. Hayes, have actually taught me how to be a YouTuber. I mean, guys, remember, I have no social media. I'm a complete and
Right.
utter fucking loser when it comes to
I
tech,
didn't
okay?
either. And then,
Yeah.
I started co-hosting with Apex from the very
Yeah, man.
beginning, and
Yeah.
he challenged me. I want to see 2 videos by the next week, and I had him 6. But he was the reason, the motivation. Sometimes
Yeah.
it takes somebody saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
I want to see some content up on your channel."
Well, I
you know,
saw,
to-
I
To
saw
get you motivated.
what got me really to do it was because I train people. Okay, I train people for survival, martial arts, weapons, stuff like that. And a lot of the issues that I run into are with young men. Like, seriously, like for purposes of YouTube, I can't say exactly what it is, but when people self-delete, okay. And whenever I was just at a gas station, and this guy was getting yelled at by I guess it was his girlfriend or whatever, but he's like just sitting on the sidewalk, man. I walked up to him, I sat down next to him, I was like, hey man, what's going on? He lost his job. COVID made his job go away. His girlfriend just broke up with him because he lost his job. And man, he's like, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I was like, you know what the fuck you're gonna do? You're gonna get the fuck up. You're gonna reach down. You're gonna grab your fucking. And you're gonna be a man. You're gonna move the fuck on, and you're gonna make yourself better for it. She can't be there for you, and this is me, like in the street. I'm like, she's gonna leave you at your weakest. Fuck her. He got up. He called me like 3 days later. He had already been like 2 job interviews, and because I have my own business. If you guys watch my videos, you'll see. But I get asked a lot. Like, how do I become successful? And I don't really consider myself a success. I consider myself to be someone that does not put up with the bullshit. And if I want something, I go get it. You know what I mean? Like, if there's something that I want to do, if I want to take a trip, I want to take a vacation, I set a goal and I fucking don't make excuses. And I just work and bust my ass until I fucking get it.
Simplify.
Yeah, so like that's what my channel's about, guys. That's all it is. So, and
All
thanks.
right.
By the way, I wouldn't have been able to do this without you, Apex, Rex,
Oh, really?
Shadowhawk, fucking Super Spur,
you're welcome.
Kays. I mean, dude, like, and Andre and Midnight and Gary. I mean, Gary, you're still wrong. But like, like it's just, without you guys, because you guys motivate me. Okay. Like this intensity that you always get from me, it's not just me, man. Like you guys give me that intensity. You give me the ability to do what I do. So, and I
Don't
know,
blame me for triggering you.
I know, right? I know, but no, seriously, no homo or anything. But like, yeah.
Oh, look,
you guys
man,
are-
you're off
you
your
guys are
meds.
awesome.
I understand.
Yeah, I
know,
get
right?
it. Okay, Rex, go ahead and promote your channel if you would.
Devil Flyer.
Yeah.
And on Twitter, Facebook. Well, not Facebook. How about all the other Instagram? There we go. Yeah. I got nothing.
Right. All right. 4 o'clock
Well,
shadow, of course,
yeah.
every day.
Devil Flyer coming soon, or it's
Devil Flyer
just
coming
breathing
soon.
hard. One of the
Yeah.
two.
All right, guys. And there's a YouTube channel for Devil Flyer. And do support his Indiegogo.
Thank
Devil
you,
Flyer
James.
Ashcan. In demand right now. So he's
Yep.
going to fulfill very soon.
Now, just real quick on that, Mike. I was going to do a supplement, but and with that, and it's going to be all combined in one book. So you're going to get 24 pages instead
Woohoo.
of 12 pages.
Yes. All right.
And you're going to get a bookmark, which
Yes,
wasn't
a
in there, and you're going to get 2 trading cards. So coming your way to spring, my friend.
Love it.
Looking
right.
forward to it, man.
Yeah. I was going to put it in 2 books, but I wanted it to be a stapled book. And I know
Right.
stapling something so small, I just combined it all. So it's going to be
That's the
one
way to
book.
do it.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's the way to
I
do
love
it.
it.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's very
Yeah.
good.
have you guys ever seen this?
Oh, here we go again.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. That's not glow in
Ooh.
the dark, is it? It should be.
It's glow in the
It's a
dark.
glow in the
Yeah,
dark.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
That's
Damn.
fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right.
Thanks,
They,
Well,
guys.
in and
Vincent will
around
be
your
on
collection.
Rex's channel tomorrow, I believe, or the next day, whatever.
Who's that?
Vincent, is he coming
He
on
said
your
I'll
show?
be on your channel tomorrow, bro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If he's awake. Yeah. If he's
If he's
awake.
awake.
What
All right.
what time are you doing it? Is it 7?
I do
4
it at
o'clock.
4 o'clock Central.
Central.
Yeah. But
That's
now,
that's in like an hour, dude.
every day. Yeah. In an hour? No.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
tell
you,
you,
oh, you
And I'll
mean,
do
you
a
mean,
co-
oh, you mean
Not
4
AM.
p.m. 4 p.m.
PM.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, PM,
Okay.
not AM.
Okay. All
I
right.
know.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
You got
Oh,
the
what else?
strength. You can do it.
Yeah, I
That's
can do
it.
right.
Even an
Please
hour.
like to subscribe each and every one of these channels. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Smash the like button
Peace.
and share this wonderful live stream to all your social network channels and
baby.
platforms.
All right, guys.
And then time to go.
Later. You
next
guys
time,
be
see
safe
you
out
next
there. Do
time.
good things.
Until next time, ciao for now.
See ya.